Hello, good people. It's good to see every one of you. Thank you for joining us again at this hour after the first show. I don't know what's wrong with the color of the camera, but bear with me. As we go on, I will correct the color and let it balance. My name is KJ. I'm sitting in here for today's show, and it's going to be a continuation of what was discussed earlier with Mike Asukwo, a well-renowned cartoonist. He has all kinds of things he does, but particularly more recognized with his work, which is numerous. You don't even need to struggle to see his work. The guy is one of those I would refer to as a legend in the industry. He has been able to cut a niche for himself. He's not afraid to take on the big guns, so he's not cartooning about the Agbros in the park. No, not only about those. He's also taking on the big guns like the Akpabios of this world, the Tinibus of this world, the Abachas of this, whoever Buharis of this world. And he has come a long way in what he does. And I think today, listening to him, you will even appreciate his work more. A very humble man, and a family man, a man you love. You just love him because his disposition is very, 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 very lovely. And I hope you joined us and you watched it. If you didn't, you can take a peep back before coming to join us to answer or to give us your opinion of what his take was. However, we're also going to divert a little bit to some of the happenings or some big topics that we have chosen to, and that will also be part of from the satire of Mr. Mike Asukwo. We're looking at the reasons why he has, what he's drawing, his artwork has been, is quite interesting. He has magnified every aspect of Nigerian life, and there's nothing you are looking for in writing that you have not been able to achieve with his cartoons, and that goes to say that a picture speaks 1,000 words, and it shows in this case. The guy is awesome, and also awesome along the way that I'm sorry the show came a bit late because if I didn't go and mow the snow, I'm sure that I'll not be able to leave this the house when eventually I want to leave. The snow is almost more than 7 feet now, 7 inches, and so it's big, and I hope the weather is good wherever you are today in the US, and I'm also hoping that you have enough coffee or tea or whatever you need to drink to keep yourself warm. Here we are going to be in this weather for the next 6 days, and the snow is still coming down. It's not only coming down now, it's coming down with ice. That makes it even a bit more difficult. But I want to thank the governor of Maryland, Moore. Mr. Moore has been very, 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 very effective. Those guys walking around the clock. I don't know how they do it. These guys are just out there. They're making sure the snows are out of the way for those who have to go on essential services and all that, and those who will not sit in their homes and must go out. So the trucks, they are out there, and the warning is that you please make way for those trucks so that they can clear the roads, so that they can make sure that the snow is cleared from the road and make it easier for you and for the children to resume school in a very short possible time. So if you are long, or if you have to get out to work or to essential services, please make sure you're not blocking the mowers, to those who mow the snow out of the road, so that lives can be saved and nobody's put in harm's way. Having said that, thank you so much, and we'll kick off the Davor took place, some days ago. We'll touch a bit on that. We'll also touch a bit on the $9 million, or if you like, 4.5 million, whichever one that you agree with. I have a professor who will speak on that briefly and the reason why we are not doing too well in that area. We also have a House of Representative, member who will tell us how much they actually earn. It will be interesting to know that one of the poorest nations on earth has the highest amount of money paid to their legislators. What a nation! What a satire! So, and then of course, for those who say the Sharia, law does not affect those who are Christians, I have a very interesting video for you. And for those who also say that there's no, persecution of Ndibo, I have a video for you. And for those who say there is no genocide in the Middle Belt and the South, and in fact around Nigeria, and in the North also, I have a video for you also. Having said that, sit tight and let's dive in very quickly. Before we do that, I need to call on my uncle to give us an opening prayer.
1,911,844,833 naira and 46. I'll take that again. 1,911,844,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. This money is too much for me. 1,000,000,000,000. I hope that is not on the record. 1,911,840.
A member of this house collect basic salary of 2.5 per month, furniture allowance 7.5 million per month, newspaper allowance 1.2 million per month, wardrobe allowance 621,000 per month, recess allowance 248,000 per month, accommodation allowance 4.9 million per month, utility allowance 828,000 per month, personal assistant allowance 621,000 per month.
Did you hear the figure yourself? I hope you heard it from the horse's mouth. Now, I learned that NYSC warned core members not to partake in this nationwide End Bad Governance protest.
We shall be analyzing the reports on Nigeria's reputation. We have live in the studio Professor Emmanuel Dandaura. He is the Vice President, Nigerian Institute of Public Relations and Chair, Reputation Perception Survey Board. Welcome to AIT Reports.
Thank you very much, and you're doing a very good job.
Thank you so much.
You.
How concerned should Nigerians be about the findings of reputation and perception? Because I, as an individual, I'm always concerned about how I am perceived. Then this is a whole country we're talking about, and Nigeria.
Well, for us who went to school maybe some decades back, when you have a score of 35.2, it's called a carryover, receipt. That means that it's not automatic carryover, which came later. And if you have a receipt, you are invited to come and retake the course in October before resumption. So I think it's a score that tells us that there's a lot of work to be done. And that means that we have not failed completely, but we are not doing as much as our potentials indicate. And that is a call to every player in Nigeria. Because sometimes we think it's just government that is involved when you talk about reputation and perception. It's not correct. If it has to do with perception of a country or reputation of a country, what everybody does is important. Yes, government has a lot to do because governance is largely driven by government. So we should be concerned. We should also begin to ask ourselves, what are we doing wrongly and what are we to adjust? Take, for instance, we painfully lost the match to Morocco. Now the argument has shifted away from preparing for the finals and hoping that we'll win the cup. We're now arguing the Ghanaian referee was not fair. The Ghanaians are also reminding us that we don't have any stadium besides one that FIFA has approved. Now, that is a reputational problem when you ask yourself, why don't we have Nigerian referees in AFCON? Not even one with our population.
Question.
So it tells you that this issue about reputation and perception is robbing us of gains in different areas. So we should be concerned. And I think that it's important that the media should also join us in sensitizing Nigerians, because everybody needs to do the right thing at the right time.
So the issue of reputation, does it have to do with, I'm going to bring you to social media here. Yeah. Does it have to do with the things, the kind of stories we tell about Nigeria coming from us, the kind of things we post on social media? Where is this ranking coming from? Where is this perception that has been rated on Nigeria? Where exactly is it coming from?
Well, when you say reputation, it's an aggregate of what you have been doing rightly or wrongly over the years. So it's not something that has to do with social media posts in the last 1 year. However, social media posts influence your perception a lot, because you want to also ask yourself, why do some embassies now ask you to put your social media handles when you apply for a visa? That's because they can read a lot about you from the kind of conversation that goes on that you participate in and all that. So social media posts can influence our perception greatly, and it is doing a lot of damage to us, because some people might not know Nigeria, and the first engagement with Nigeria might be through such social media posts. And you find out that these are Nigerians saying terrible things about Nigeria, and there's no way a non-Nigerian would believe something different, no matter the explanation you do to such a person. Except, of course, the person has opportunity to come to Nigeria, then he might experience something different from what he's reading through social media or even through the conventional media. But such a person would not come, because already he's been scared away by the kind of conversation that is going on. This is why I said the issue of reputation, every Nigerian has a role to play. Because you don't know that careless statement you're making, that careless post you're putting on social media might be somebody's first contact with Nigeria. And you might just be doing that out of maybe reaction over something you're not happy about immediately. But that is not fundamentally what you believe about Nigeria. But somebody takes it as their assessment of a Nigerian about his country. And so we must know that as citizens, we need to be mindful about the kind of things we say. Just as a mother would not just speak negative words to the child, you also must know that Nigeria belongs to every one of us. And so in our conversation, in our engagement, in our behavior with people that might not be Nigerians, and even Nigerians, we must leave good impression so that they can have a good feel of Nigerians. And that will translate to better reputation. Okay. Then the media itself has a lot to do. One of the things we see is that media itself is doing self-censorship, either because it doesn't want to offend certain powers, including government, or it also feels that it needs to pander to certain opinion. We read body language of our benefactors. Yes, it is said who pays the piper dictates the tune.
And don't forget, the media has a board that regulates some of the contents it can put out.
Exactly. So. It does, but I'm not referring this case to social media posts. I'm talking about you being fearless and bringing authorities to account, because it is not for nothing that the Constitution gave you the position of fourth estate of the realm. By the way, that's my constituency as well. So I'm not speaking to a third party. I'm saying that we need to be more fearless. We need to be more ethical in the way we do our work, so that we can indeed get people to do the right things. And we can call out people who are not doing the right things, so that adjustments will be made, and we are sure that deviant behaviors are controlled.
Davos at the World Economic Forum. And the Trump administration and myself, we are here to make a very clear point. Globalization has failed the West and the United States of America. It's a failed policy. It is what the WEF has stood for, which is export, far shore, find the cheapest labor in the world, and the world is a better place for it. The fact is, it has left America behind. It has left the American workers behind. And what we are here to say is that America First is a different model, one that we encourage other countries to consider, which is that our workers come first. We can have policies that impact our workers. Sovereignty is your borders. You're entitled to have borders. You shouldn't offshore your medicine. You shouldn't offshore your semiconductors. You shouldn't offshore your entire industrial base and have it be hollowed out beneath you. You should not be dependent for that which is fundamental to your sovereignty on any other nation. And if you're going to be dependent on someone, it darn well better be your best allies. Okay? And so that is a different way of thinking. It is completely different than the WEF. I viewed the WEF as not a flagpole in the middle, but in fact, they are the flag. Whichever way the wind blew, so it blew. You should have solar, you should have wind. Why are you going to do solar and wind? Why would Europe agree to be net zero in 2030 when they don't make a battery? They don't make a battery. So if they go 2030, they are deciding to be subservient to China, who makes the batteries.
الأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في
Founder of Building His Own Organization. We're here in the Alwada village in Benue State, Nigeria. I'm here with one of the chiefs of the village here and with the local security force of Yawada village and in this region here. And this area is the place that was attacked recently. They had over 200 people who were massacred, Christians. They had homes, shops, their entire market burned to the ground. And this is because of terrorism, because of extremism, because of Fulani militants, roughly 400 who came here in the night and they terrorized the locals. And this is happening throughout Nigeria. Christians are being persecuted. And so nobody is really helping these people. Some people bring food, they bring medical aid, things like that. They set up an IDP camp. But the reality is that the people want to come back home. Their homes are burned. Their markets, their stores are burned. They have no way to be able to survive here. And they're hopeless. They feel forsaken. And nobody is coming here to help them. To come here and to live here, to be back in their home. And so we've come here to be able to see the destruction for our own eyes and to be able to actually rebuild the homes, to rebuild the shops, to allow these people to come back home, to start to heal, to be filled with hope. Because there's no other way. And so it's our heart to be with our brothers, our sisters that are persecuted because of their faith and are being killed and are hopeless. And so we've come to be able to rebuild almost 100 homes and shops. And so my ask is for you to sow into this, to not be someone who is neglecting the terrorism in our Christian brothers and sisters. Don't be indifferent. Actually answer the call, answer the cries, and to give, to be a part of helping these people come back home and to heal.
Okay, that's some of the videos that we have had set up for this today's meeting discourse, and I'm sure that you followed very keenly. Anyone you don't understand, you can ask, we can replay it for you, and then we can all go to discuss. But before we open the discussion line, I see Chris is behind. Let us now look at what's going on in the Southwest. There was during the week a woman who cried out, and I want us to also have a discuss at what is going on with her. Chief suffered, built a factory and all that, and you watch the video.
For here, this is my sieving machine. Where they use sieve garri. They pull out the motor. They pull out the motor. Pull out the motor. Then let me see show. This one, they pull out the motor. As you not gree them carry because this thing is very, very heavy. You get machine, see that machine where they here. You get machine where they here. See fresh. They dismantle this machine where they here. Carry them. This is a little. Let me show now. Young wicked where this people. I don't want to video him because police say make I no video him. I don't want to video him. Police say make I no video him. So for that is I will not video him yet. Let him calm down. Like I say, you see this particular case, I am ready to put in my life for it. Enough of this tribal bullying. If they don't want Igbo, then let them not sell land for Igbo. If I be Igbo, then let them not sell land to Igbo. Period. Enough of this tribal bullying. This is my pumping machine area. These boys them enter my pumping machine area. See as they scatter the pipe of the pumping machine. See the pumping machine. Then dig the pumping machine. Carry the pumping machine where they inside them. They carry the pumping machine where they inside them. Carry the pumping machine. If they don't want Igbo, then let them stop selling land to Igbo. Enough of this tribal bullying. See as they scatter all the pipes where they Then my big gen where they use run my farm. My big gen where they use run my farm where they here. These boys then carry big gen where they use run my farm. Where they use run my farm. This is 6 times they are coming to steal from me. 6 times. No be 1, no be 2. This thing is 6. I'm ready to put in my life for this particular case. Just in scatter the pipe as in they find the pumping machine. Land will not be you buy for me. I'm not owing to the dime. Enter my poultry house. Enter inside poultry. Guys, I'm making this video to create awareness. I'm no longer keeping quiet. I'm going to talk from now. I'm not going to keep quiet again. They robbed me yesterday. A day that break yesterday, they robbed me. They pack a lot of machines from my farm. Yesterday, no be the first time, no be the second time. And each time they do me this thing, the case, they go rubbish the case because I be Omoibo. They will say Omoibo Lele. People that are supposed to talk will not talk. They will keep quiet because I be Omoibo. I'm always bullied because I be Omoibo. 70% of my workers are from this place. I'm not trying to say any tribe is bad, but I'm trying to condemn what they are doing to me, and I'm not going to keep quiet. I'm going to publicize this particular one. Today we are going for arrest because they catch one of them. Other one run, so they catch one. So that one is still in police custody. You see this one? Any of them where I'm ready to put in my life, I will put in my life for this particular one. This will put me debt. So this will put me last year. I never even paid the debt finish. A lot of machines where these people carry from my farm, I never even get money to replace them. Is it my palm oil processing machine? So we are going for every single thing. I'll go post everything. I'll bring it to the social media. I am tired of being bullied. I'm just a young girl struggling to make money for myself. I'm just a young girl working hard to make life for myself. So we keep doing me this back to back, and each time the case will be rubbish, but not this time. I'm good because I be Omoibo. I am tired of being that Omoibo where we say they suck from me. A lot of them are working for me. I know how many of them I'm paying at my age. At my age, I know how many workers that are under me that I'm paying. I know they owe anybody. Many workers I am paying. Even sometimes, waiting they work no go reach. If you know me very well, you just have person will say, I just like to put smile on people's face. I just like to help, no matter how small. I want to help. That's the kind of person I am. I'm one person that I love to work hard. Anybody that knows me one-on-one will tell you this firsthand, that this girl is a hard-working person. But these people keep coming to my farm back to back. And each time I bring up the case, they will rubbish the case because I'm Omoibo. So that means they are doing me this thing because I be Omoibo. I refuse to be bullied. Because I am not owing anything. The land belongs to me. Every single thing belongs to me. It's not on rent. I paid in full. Even when they buy the land, then they charge me reach three way on top land. I dey pay with trees where they on land. I dey pay with trees. Even when I don't need those trees, they will charge me. I don't talk. They have prices. They charge. It's something they be say normal. They're supposed to sell it like 15 naira, but because you know be indigent, they will charge you more. I don't have a problem. I will still pay, and these people still come back. I have land where I buy for here. People are still planting on the land despite I've paid every single thing, and nobody say I don't report because I be Moibo. But when they are collecting Omoibo money, they will collect it. When they're eating Omoibo money, they will eat Omoibo money. How many young girls out there will be hustling the way I hustle for these people to keep coming back to back to steal from me? I am not going to keep quiet on this particular one. I am going to bring everything to social media. I'm going to put in my life. Enough is enough. Because I have so many people from here that are living in my own area. Nobody is stopping them. I am not owing anybody. Plenty of my workers are from here. I make sure I feed everybody. I make them happy. I know how many of them, why they pay their school fees. I know how many of them. Because I don't say they are using their intentional acts. They are intentionally doing this back to back. You see this particular one, I am ready to put in my life. I will show everybody face involved. Anybody that try to come in between this case, me, I'm not keeping quiet again. I don't care if I don't see anybody, Papa. If I don't see anybody involved in this stealing, if I see your papa, I will arrest your papa. If I see your mother, I will arrest your mother. If I see your picking of 1 month where they just born today, I will arrest that picking. I don't care. I'm going to be very heartless right now because this is the only way I can protect myself and protect my business. Because I know still the land. This land belongs to me. Every single thing belongs to me. Every single thing. They are not on rent. I paid full for every single thing. And these people keep coming back to back. So they are going to arrest today. And I am going to video every single thing. I'll be posting them. Each and every one of them. Enough of this bullying.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. That is our lineup for today. The side bullying has come to a point where you can see, I'm not sure that lady is up to 40 years old. And she struggled her life, did everything possible to put food on her table and the tables of other people. But wickedness of man will not allow that business to strive. And when your business don't strive, I don't know why they want you to get money to take care of them and their own family. And that is the reason why people like Dangote tell you he prefers to bring Indians to come and work for him, because they consider the fact that he has invested and nobody's trying to sabotage his business. Here is a young lady living in a rural area where, opportunities are very few for the indigenes. And yes, somebody's creating a job that employs over 20 of your indigenes, your people around there. And you people come back, organize and come back to her farm 6 times now. Remove all her machines, remove everything that is valuable, carry her generating sets, and then go away. And tomorrow you say God is punishing you. I don't know how that works and where that can work in any other part of the world apart from, Nigeria. That's one. If you look at that information, and I'm talking to Brother Chris, you're welcome. If you look at that information, you find out also that there's another guy, some group of people who call themselves Isbella in Kanu, breaking the drinks, the beer bottles of business people. These same people breaking destroying these things, collect VAT on top of alcohol. But in Kanu, they are breaking it, destroying the investment of some other person. Is that in the Nigerian constitution? Because before we say anything now, some people will come here and begin to defend what is not defensible. You are destroying somebody's business because of a law that you enacted for your state that does not have any relevance in Nigeria apart from your state. And you expect that people should not complain. You expect that the people should keep quiet and just take it. You expect that indeed whatever you are doing is okay because you are doing it, and what can the people do? Because if you think that the people can do anything, you will not put up such an act. But because you have already decided that they can't do anything, so whatever you do, they should take it that way. And when they complain, you will say they are troublemakers. But anyway, let me hear that's my own take. That's, I don't want to talk about the Davos. I also introduced Davos because, the New World Order had totally come to a close. And it's only done by one man. Jade, I'm looking forward to seeing Jide and Forefather to come and tell me about security now. What that is security they use in bringing an end to that era and closing down Davos. Davos is obviously from next year. It wouldn't make any more sense for anybody to go there and do anything. This is the real politics, and it's being played at a high level. We said on this platform that it's not about America first that is the problem. It's what about your own first? What do you people take to the table? That's always been the argument. I cannot say this is how I want to run my house, and then you come and tell me, but the way I run your house will not be favorable to the way I'm running my house. So why don't you bring your own plan and say, KJ, since this is the way you want to run your own house, this is the way I want to run my own house. Is there any way we can find a meeting point? Not to come and say, you know what, this is not favorable to me, so you must change your plan. I don't understand it. Anyway, let me leave you. Welcome, Mr. Chris, and I hope you are doing okay, and the snow is not too much where you are. And welcome, Mr. Ike. I hope there's no snow wherever you are right now. And but we have snow. We have tons and tons of snow. It's almost reaching my knee. So, yeah, everything seems to, anything that can be covered is already covered right now outside of the house. So, so only we thank God. We thank God. And I say this before I bring Chris in. I thank God that there's no snow in Nigeria, because the poor would have all died and gone. I'm telling you the truth. See, sometimes when one of the things I used to appreciate God for, I didn't used to when I was younger. We love when we see Christmas. Why is Christmas? We say, oh, why do you know why Christmas? When we watch all those films, they have Christmas and snow. We'll be shouting, oh God, why did you do all this? Now, every day I thank God that there's no snow in Nigeria. Because look at it now. They know will give you light. Cold will kill you. Nobody will even come clear road for you. You can remain in your house forever. So God, I thank you publicly for not giving us snow in Nigeria. The poor would have all died. The rich, we're only the ones who will now enjoy all our minerals and take all our fuel, our petrol they've already taken, and they're not still satisfied. They will have even still carry our property, carry our land, because they will just leave one particular area for coal to kill them. Then they'll go there and inherit everything. Thank you, God. Thank you for not giving us snow. I thank you so much. I'm serious, Chris. If you know, look, the governor of Maryland, he's been on the air, I'm not saying he's sending somebody. He's directing the strategy. He's mobilizing the people where he's sitting in his office, and the place where they set out all the machines that are going around. So where can we get that kind of leader? We don't have it. The one we have now, we don't even know which part of the world is. Okay, now he returned to Nigeria, but next week he's going again. Is that the kind of people who you have, and then snow will not kill all the people? So I thank God. I thank God, Chris. Well, let me hear your own take on this. Welcome, Tony. Tony, you're welcome. Yeah, Chris, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you, KJ. You know why I'm laughing?
No, sir.
When we are thanking God for not giving us snow, He gave us light. So heat is killing us. He has to take a white man to invent AC for us. So look, I was listening to the yesterday's program, on is a forefather, after the normal streaming by Rudolph. So the other one that, so because after listening to Rudolph's screen, Xavier said, then I went to the other one as well to listen. So I used to listen everything at the background. So they were talking about one man that came to Nigeria, and then they were talking about the culture, begging culture. So, and they were talking, and then I realized that there's a lot of ignorance about the the role culture play in societal development. And then I realized there's a lot of ignorance about the foundation of the country they called Nigeria. You know, all these things you talk about, and these things, I don't like talking about the woman you put because of marginalization, because these are symptoms. These are actually symptoms. When you want to deal with symptom, the only way to deal with symptom is go to the cause of the disease, that is the disease organism, and you deal with it. So the role of culture, in fact, no society, I keep on emphasizing it, no society develops without her culture. The difference between Africa and Asia is that when the Europeans left, Asians went back to their culture. But Africa continued to, instead of adapting the culture or even, going back to their culture or even use their own templates to adapt to the white man's culture, they refused. They accepted the white man's culture. They don't understand it. And then they're trying to do it, trying to work. It's just like when you take a fish and put it in the pond. When a fish, if you leave fish inside the river, you don't feed it. But if you take it and put it inside the pond, then the survival of that fish depends on the feed you gave it to him. And it all depends on also the man managing that pond, the know-how he has in managing that pond. So we must understand this. That is what life is all about. So I take it back to the foundation of Nigeria. When Nigeria was being formed, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo, and Sardauna Sokoto, they discussed about the differences, what is called diversity. And this diversity is nothing but cultural diversity. That's what they discussed. It is not the skin color. It is not the whatever else, but it's the culture or the diversity of culture. Now, each one of them, Nnamdi Azikiwe said, if we want to build a nation called Nigeria, then we must diffuse every culture into one. And that is what is called hybridization. And every nation must have its culture, it must have its ideology, it must have its social values. So when they are talking about Nigeria, when they were talking about the begging culture yesterday, I said, no, there's no Nigeria is not a nation. That is why it has no culture, it has no value, it has no ideology. Okay? So what you now have is Yoruba culture or Yoruba nation, Igbo culture or Igbo nation, Hausa culture or Hausa nation. So when you now come to when did this begging culture comes from? Now you look at the components that make up Nigeria. If you realize anytime any leader comes from one particular area, say like you have the Buhari administration, everybody started wearing the tall hat, started wearing babariga. If you notice today, people are wearing this Yoruba hat. Before then, it was Jonathan's this colonial hat.
Sorry, KJ, is there a time limit to this, or is this guy going to whittle on for half an hour? How long? Just let me speak and leave. I mean, what's just rattling on without? I don't even understand what he's saying. Just rattling on.
One man, wait for your turn. Wait for your. Be disciplined. Be disciplined. Don't disturb his flow. Why are you interjecting? That's bad manners.
There's no rhythm.
One man.
Just
there's a moderator for the show. No. There's a moderator for the show. One man. There's a moderator, and I'm moderating. and he has the time.
Him so that everybody is not held hostage to whatever nonsense.
No, nobody's held hostage. If you don't have time, you can join us another time. You mustn't speak now. Okay, if you don't have time to be patient, to listen to him, and then when he gets your turn you speak, then you can leave us. We will appreciate that also. We appreciate your being here, but if you don't have time, you can equally leave. Thank you, sir. All right, go ahead and round up if you are at the end of rounding up.
So the reason why I don't usually come up here is because when you want to educate people, you have to really make sure that they understand the nitty-gritty of everything. Because it is easier to have soundbite. The problem is Ahmed Tinubu, or it is Jonathan, or it's the other person. These are not the problem. No. If anybody is there today as Tinubu, we must still have the same problem. It is what we have as the culture of the society that is the problem. Now, you cannot, either you harmonize the culture together to form a nation, or you have this nation living separately. So what I'm trying to say is that when the forefathers were negotiating for the federation, they negotiated it badly. Okay? So it was badly negotiated in such a way that the federal government will have power over the components, okay, such that they can undermine the other the component, one or any component it decide to undermine. So these are the reasons why we have these problems.
Okay.
So the culture, when they are talking about the culture of Amajiri in Nigeria, it is the culture that is well known in the north. And that is how it is coming down to become Nigeria, to be infused into the Nigerian life. That is what I'm trying to explain.
Thank you so much. So in other words, I just want to recap. We're just treating the symptom, not really the problem that we have. No. Yes. So and then the lady who in question, whose property was stolen the 6th time now, even though she has employed a lot of people, it seems that they are saying that it is not just the stealing, but there's more fundamental issue, not just tribalism.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to explain, because if it was properly negotiated, then you will know where you can go and invest, because what you have is this idea of one Nigeria. Anybody can go where and stay where, then it becomes difficult for somebody to go and stay where he or she may not be wanted, or the ideology they have there may be completely different from what she has. And in trying to force herself there, she may meet a lot of resistance in front of what they have done to her.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chris. And I appreciate your valuable contribution always. Bro Ike, do you want me to come to you now? Are you ready for us, or you take your turn later?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Yes. So, what's your initial statement?
About?
That's why I said if you wanted me to go, and then I can bring you up to speed. So we have introduced a lot of topics, and the first one was Mr. Mike Asukwo, who was there.
Why don't you just let me go now? I'm ready. I know what we're talking about. I only want 3 minutes and I'm off. So I mean,
no. One man went to move. Please, it's not your turn now. Even if Ike is not going to speak now, it will still be Tony. You are the third person. And I don't know. One man went to more. Are you listening to me? If you are listening to me, if you can hear me, I don't think your character is what you are trying to do. It doesn't befit of you now. You seem to have a moral, disposition about things, and then you're the same person who is doing this kind of thing. I don't think if you come to your channel, we'll do this. We'll force you to tell us when to talk. It is you who organize people who talk at the same time they talk. let's not make it look as if somebody is you are directing somebody. Listen, I'm trying to be civil, but all of us get madness also. All right. Tony, go ahead, sir. Oh, sorry, I go ahead.
Yeah, I came in when you were showing the video of the young lady who
who invested a lot of money.
Yeah,
and
I did not see other programs you show because I wasn't here. I just came in and I saw the.
Okay, the other story is the stories of the Davos, one of the right hand man of Donald Trump went to Davos and said the new world order has collapsed and it's not going to work. And then we also talked about the image making that Nigeria is trying to set. We brought in Professor Dandara, who spoke extensively on image making and the reason why what we are doing is not working and the reason why everybody's hands should be on deck. Both the government and the governed should equally work together to bring it to make a more advanced, rebuild the image of Nigeria basically. Then we also talked about the salaries being received by legislators. A legislator told us how much they receive every year, every month. And then we showed a video of the breaking of drinks, beer that happened in Kano. And then we rounded up with the story of an American who had come to Nigeria to build. I think he has a plan of building, is it 10 houses or 100 houses for communities that have been displaced. And he also gave us his on the ground information. He is not a media person. He's just somebody trying to help out. So that's what we talked about. I know I didn't want to go ahead to explain. I wanted, if Tony had spoken, he would have been able to catch you up. But since I've done that, that's also a benefit of recolonization. So you can go ahead, sir.
Okay, let me talk about the young lady who lost her farms in where is it, in Ekiti State or Ondo State? Where is that?
Yeah, well, I don't want to. I just want to somewhere in the southwest.
Okay. First of all, it's very sad for such a thing to happen because it would not be better that our young girls are into prostitution. And I think that somebody who is doing something like this should be encouraged, not discouraged. Trying to, from what she was saying, it's not the first time she has been robbed. It's not the second time, about 6 times. And every time she made a report about it, nothing is done. I am totally in support of what she's trying to do now to bring it to the public and make it open in the space. All those reports that she has been making, I just do hope that she has her report, she has her papers and files that when she made those reports. And I think that now that it's become public, those people who have been sitting on top of those matters, those who have decided not to handle those matters, I think by now, a lot of people will come into it. A lot of people will have to answer questions why all the report that she had been making about the vandalization of her farm, nothing is being done until when you get to this point that the lady said that she's going to use everything she has to fight for it. And, it goes to show every time we talk about how we, the Igbos, are more Nigerian than any other tribe. We feel free, go anywhere, live anywhere, do business anywhere, invest and develop. It has always been with us. It didn't start today. And, and when people are trying to put tribal colorations and, to what is going on in Nigeria as if the Igbos are their problem. I don't think Igbo man is your problem, because if you have a land you sell, if an Igbo man buys your land, he did not force you to sell your land. When you sell, you buy, he invests, he build, or he do business. And I think that shouldn't be a problem. We have cases where we have some of our brothers from the West, the North, who are doing business in Nnewi, in Onitsha, in Aba, in Umuahia, in so many places. They don't experience what our people are experiencing in the West, more especially Lagos. And I think that the Igbos are more Nigerian than any other person. The Igbos don't see themselves as Igbos when they go to do business. They do see themselves as Nigerian because whatever they go to do business, from the experience of, from the confession of the woman, she did not only have business there, but she employed the people from that particular region where she's having her business. And that is to show you a detribalized Nigerian. That is to show you a true Nigerian. But also at the same time, because of what we, the Igbos, are going through in Nigeria, based on everything that happens, if there is every little disagreement, they look for investment of an Igbo man or Igbo woman, try to destroy them. And I think it's becoming a very big lesson for more than 10 years now, that our people should begin to reconsider and consider trying to invest their businesses going back to the East. Because I think that if you have 10 businesses, I think it would be better that you move like 6, 4, 7 back to the East. Because there is always an environment where you're going to do that business in the East. So I think that we cannot just continue to lose our properties. We cannot continue to lose our investment. We cannot continue to lose our houses, every now and then. And at the end of the day, when you try to speak up, they tell you, oh, if they're forcing you go back to Igbo land. And they're still talking about one Nigeria. And they still talk about the one Africa. And when you try to complain, why is it always, when there is something, when there is an argument, it is an Igbo man's property that will be destroyed? I lived in the North. It's always the same thing. In those years, every Friday, we have to lock the shop because you don't know what is going to happen after mosque. If we don't have any business with anything happening, but immediately every Friday, we have to lock our shop when they go to mosque. After the mosque, we stay away until about 3, 4, we see if there is nothing that is happening, we have to go back to open our shops, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it is all of them that are supporting what is going on. I have some of my Hausa friends in the market who always give me information. Hey, brother, I tell your people, don't open your shop after mosque today. There are some of them who don't support what is going on. So I think that the lady is doing what is right. But also, I think that the people that are where she has been making this report, they should be held accountable. Why? That this thing is happening. Nobody's trying to do anything. And she's saying it because she's a Muibo, I do not really want to, I do not want our people to continue to lose their wealth. We suffer a lot to make whatever we have got. After the Civil War, we were only given 20 pounds. And out of that 20 pounds, we have successfully built a business empire and the economy. And I don't think that it's good for an Igbo man that will continue to lose whatever we have suffered for. And I think it is time that the Igbos begin to think ahead. It's not only to make business and make the gain tomorrow. We should be thinking about long-term investment, long-term future. Big businessmen, they do long-term investment. It's not this microwave mentality of doing business should stop, because at the end of the day, we lose a lot trying to make money one day, because everybody is trying to go where it is happening. And that place that is happening, at the end of the day, you become a victim. So I think the lesson is enough for us as Ndibo to know that it is time for you to, try to reorganize, reappraise, and, think forward what you're going to do with your business. The same people who would destroy your place, the people who are selling, alcohol, for example, in the North, during the fasting period, they are the people who will still go and buy that alcohol, put it in the kettle, and they go as if they are going to the bathroom to go and wash their body. And at the end of the day, they will be in the bathroom and drink the beer. So I was in the North. We know what is going on. So at the end of the day, you don't need anybody to tell you it is time for you to begin to, take care of yourself. If the government is not ready to take care of you, do something. So I am appealing to my brothers and sisters who are into business, who are investing their money in Nigeria. Invest it in the Southeast, invest it in the South. There are so many areas we can make an investment. Instead of every now and then, it is the same story. And at the end of the day, some people are still looking for a place to, buy. They're looking for a place to buy land, a place to do business, and every day is still the same story. So I think that our people should begin to talk to themselves that it is time it is time to say, listen, let's develop our place. We have land. We have so many places our people can do business. People are coming from all parts of West Africa, coming to Onitsha to buy business, to do business. People come from Togo, Lome, everywhere to come to Onitsha and Aba, to buy goods. So why is it why will it be too difficult for us to try to reinvest and invest our business in the Southeast? So I felt for this woman, and I think that now that she has made it public, I should believe that people should, rally around this lady and, let her get justice, because it is not easy for a young lady who decided not to sell her body to do business, and somebody will wake up every day to vandalize that business. I don't think it is good. So
Okay.
I really feel for the woman, and I think it is time we, the Igbos, begin to talk to ourselves and understand that it is time to make a U-turn, do your business, but also invest more in the Southeast.
Thank you so much.
They used to say, save during the rainy days. We don't know when the rainy days will come. So it's better for us that we begin to think ahead, begin to reinvest and invest in our place.
Thank you, Ike. Well spoken. And yeah, you see the problem with the setup that we are suffering, not because the Igbo man doesn't know what to do, but because they say we are one Nigeria. So we need to discuss that. If you say we are one Nigeria, the one Nigeria have comma. If it has a comma, what is the comma in it? So that everybody, every tribe will know at what level they are developing and they are having to interact as one Nigeria. I also want to say, just this week, there was fire in my one in Lagos that scattered mostly Igbo people's business. They burnt everything to the ground. Okay? So it's not about just one position, one state. It's almost everywhere. So the question being asked is, we can renegotiate on the basis on which we interact. You see, most people who make comments, especially those people from the Southwest, are making those comments, they're even cutting their nose to spite their face. Because when the Igbo businesses move away from those localities, remember, I want to put it on record, majority of the oil companies have headquarters in Lagos. They pay tax in Lagos. Those headquarters, those places will relocate to the places where they are drilling the oil from and build their headquarters there and pay tax to those states. Put that in back of your mind. Niger Delta, Niger Delta is the way it is because headquarters of those oil companies are not there. If they were there, I think Niger Delta would be different. And I pity those who come here to fight people from the East, because if you were fighting for that cause alone, Niger Delta will not be the way it is. Then remember also that the seaport in Lagos is there because every export goes there. Majority of the export goes to Lagos. When there is a relocalization, those seaports will not have the same business as it has now. So when we are being saying this relocate, Igbo, will they fear our place? Will not they fear our place now? Okay. And because of that, because of one man, I'm going to play one village in Igbo land. I'm going to get this and play one village, just one village. So you see how the place, for those of you who don't have a mental picture of what Igbo land looks like, so you can have a mental picture of when we say our place don't need anything, you should know that. Having said that, I didn't remove one man, he removed himself. So let me not be accused for those who are saying I didn't remove him, he removed himself. And it's okay if he chose to come. It is his prerogative to either come or not to come. But we'll follow the trend. There's no, even if Tinubu was on this thing, he will wait for his turn. Thank you, Tony. Over to you.
KJ, greetings, brother. I greet you, my brother. Recolonization, take him, Chris. I greet you now. Now, I watched the videos where you don't play. It's in get us a be. All of them nothing to make anybody happy. But I don't want to pander to ethnicity here. I think I want to look at the general picture that is portrayed by the videos that you have shown. It's just a microcosm of the issues and the problems that Nigeria is going through. If you look at the thing about the lady that you posted, I think I tried to situate it in proper context. A young lady who chooses to work hard and she's employing people, and people just come for whatever reason to vandalize what she's doing. And she's been bearing it. She's owing. And I see a comment by one man, and I'll read what he posted, which is unfortunate because I saw his picture, and this is an old man, not a young boy. And this is what he posted. You can go set up in Igbo land. You can go set up in Igbo land now, Abina by force. I think that kind of statement, that kind of reaction is unfortunate to come from a man as old as himself. He can't be less than 50, if not above. Even if he's a small boy, he's in the UK. They don't tell him that to go and set up. Now this thing, recolonization, they see. In fact, he goes saying, I think the best thing is to just recolonize the whole Nigeria, because that's the attitude here. It just shows that this man is just, I don't want to be personal, but it's unfortunate. That's not a salutary comment that any human being should make. I mean, it's just very unfortunate that will come from him. I wish he comes back because I like to take him on that. If we're looking for a Nigeria that is better, that will move forward, that will everybody will be equally treated. I don't think that comment does good to that kind of vision, And I think for people like that, we don't need them in Nigeria. If you just stay away, they are more dangerous, than the ordinary person. We know they more dangerous than Boko Haram and all those things. But let me just put that aside. I think that the solution to the problems that we are seeing now, because it's not just for the Igbo man, if you want to go down there to relocate, it's good if it does that. In Igbo land, you also have people from other ethnicities who are living there, either as civil servants or doing business, or they go once in a while to Onitsha or whatever to do business. So if we're talking of one Nigeria, I think we should think of how we solve some of those problems, some of those issues. And if it is not likely that we are able to solve those problems, then everybody should just go. The sad thing is that those of us who are educated are the greatest problem, the elite. Are some of the greatest problems. We keep blaming our leaders, and so on and so forth. But sometimes when you hear comments that come from people like us who are abroad, who think we're enlightened, we see the way things are done. It's unfortunate. Sometimes even in this platform. I'm also looking at the comment from my friend AY. I just think he's kidding. But I expected him to criticize what was done to that lady, not to seem to be supporting one man for pandering to that kind of dangerous sentiment, So let me stop there, just so that others can.
Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you. Yeah. Recolonization. My brother, you're welcome.
I want to salute everybody. Good evening, KJ.
Good
Mr.
evening,
Tony,
sir.
Mr.
So
Ike.
sorry, KJ. Am I not ahead of this chap?
No, you are not.
How so?
Go ahead, recolonization.
Yeah, I'm greeting everybody. And Mr. One Man, I don't know if you are listening to me. Sometimes, brother, you have to behave yourself, please. You respect the program, respect the organization. This is not your
Make your
backyard.
contribution so I can make mine and
No,
leave.
somebody have to talk to you. You have
I
to
am not
respect
the
yourself.
topic. If you want to address me, then I have the right to reply. So you
when
make
it's your turn.
contribution.
Sometimes
No.
to
You're not going to speak about me whilst I'm here in isolation.
Okay,
Make your
we are not in
contribution. I'll make
your
mine.
bedroom
I'm
where
not
you
the
think you can
topic.
just say whatever you like.
There's a list.
Okay.
Yeah, let me go to my point. But sometimes, Mr. KJ, we have to tell them too.
No, go ahead. Just let that be. Go to your point.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you, sir. You see,
Thank you, sir.
when we talk about Nigeria, Mr. KJ, I've always gone straight to the point. Because if you come from the streets like us, who has gone through humiliation, who has gone through being laughed at by some people today, even say when they see you, say some of them want lick your shoe just because the table turned. Nobody say we do anything extra. They just saw that the table turned. Some go even take their mouth, confess, apologize to you because they never knew that something will happen in life. You understand what I'm saying? And when we see them too, we don't treat them bad though. Say we don't even forget the thing they do ourselves. You understand? But their guiltiness. You understand me? So what I'm trying to say, look at that sister now. If the sister sell him body now people go yaba. But she managed and control herself. She set up a business. There's some kind of people, because say the person no come from their side or they speak their language, decide to just frustrate her life, which is what is happening in most Nigerian society. This person no be our person. Talele. All those type of languages where you go they hear sometimes, you go just tire for them. Say, what's wrong with you people? We are Nigerians, for crying out loud. If they divide the country, then you can say what you like. But as far as we are still one Nigeria, which many people have proven that one Nigeria should not exist anymore, we still beg them, say, make una hold on. Things can change. But if things are not changing, it's better to divide the country. Because we not go just there here, people go there for naught, they go they kill them because of religious differences and all those kinds. You go carry business to some other places too. People go still they tell you, say you are not from that part of the country. They go they molest you anyhow. So if we know we cannot be one, let everybody go their way. If not, that one go bring peace to Nigeria. You understand my point? But me, I still believe that the problem in Nigeria is that we have to rise up and remove these people at the helm of affairs in Nigeria, destroying Nigeria, so that the right leaders will come in through revolution. And if we know, say we're not ready to die, there's no harm in going to ask people to come back and help us. Now, my own be that to KJ. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
And please, before I go, that one man,
No,
mo fẹ́ kó rí ẹ pé ni.
Ní sùúrù, wọ́n máa ní sùúrù
Okay, that's our vernacular break for today. Let's move on. All right. Yeah, Mr. One Man, it's your turn now.
All right, thank you. I only came in for the one item, so I'm not quite sure. I was waiting for you to. Apologies for my boss, by the way, but I was waiting. As the room continues to populate, I thought you acknowledge, and the guy was just whittling on. I couldn't identify rhyme. Never mind reason, no reason, just whittling on. So it just irritated me somewhat, but apologies for that, boss. So you live in the United States. So the American Indians back in those days, when danger was coming, they would send white puffs into the clouds. Do you know what they call that? They call it smoke signals. Do you understand? So as far away as whoever they're sending that signal to, they understand what the message is, what the danger is. So what you're hearing from that lady is smoke signal. So what message is that smoke signal sending? It's sending the message of fed upness. Are you hearing? Fed upness. Enough. Do you understand? So there's a chap, one of your people, Chinua Achebe, wrote this book, A Man of the People. I can't quite remember the broadness of the story, but essentially it was around a shopkeeper. And then that shopkeeper was exploiting, and then there was a time, I'm paraphrasing, so that shopkeeper was exploiting, and then, I apologize, by the way, I've got my little boy with me. So that shopkeeper was exploiting, and then it got to a stage when the whole village gathered around the shop, and then they wanted to deal with him. And then somebody said, what did he do? They said he had taken enough for the owners to see. So that's the phrase I wanted to land on. He has taken enough for the owners to see. So this relentless ethnic jingoism, bouncing up and down, making noise everywhere, constituting nuisance to time and space. Enough. That's what you're hearing. So you say you go to Yoruba land to go and set up farm. Is that okay? You say the ports are in Lagos, so you don't need port or anything to have a farm now. So why are you setting up a farm in Yoruba land when you have an abundance of fertile land where you come from? You said they made you pay 3 times over the value of that land and still you bought it. You said you've been robbed 6 times and still you stay there. So why? Why? So what you're hearing is the language of fed upness, this relentless assault from people of your coloration, let me put it that way. It's tedious, and it's boring, and people are getting what you're hearing from that. And by the way, post the 2027 elections, it's going to get a lot more aggressive, because people have had enough. Just gnashing at the teeth, wailing and crying everywhere, constituting a nuisance to every possible quarter, yabada, 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 everywhere, just enough. And that is the experience that that lady is having. So why is she in Yoruba land? That is to tell you that her land cannot feed her. That's what that tells you. You are paying 3 times over for a piece of land. You are being robbed relentlessly. They don't like you and continue to relent there. So your land cannot feed you. If your land cannot feed you and you come to a place that is accommodating, then the least you can do is to be civil. They have taken enough for the owners to see. So that's what you're hearing from that messaging. And if it doesn't resonate, if you don't read the smoke signals, it will get increasingly aggressive post the election. So that's all I wanted to draw.
Okay. Please, can I ask you a question, please?
No, don't ask me any question. Hold on for him to finish, Chris, please.
And next time, just moderate, especially that guy was just rattling on, and I couldn't even understand
anything. I'm moderating. You just go ahead and finish your topic.
No, that was my piece. I don't like to hold the microphone. I don't. I just came to drop that. Let me drop. Let you guys.
He interrupted me. So I want to ask him a question.
Okay, Chris. Now you can go ahead and ask me your question.
Okay. So what you are saying is criminality being reported is nuisance on the part of the person reporting it, or on the part of those who did the act of stealing. I just want to know.
Okay, what I am saying is that we have a particular drum beat in Yoruba land called the Agidigbo. Do you understand? Go and research it. The Agidigbo. It's only beaten to a particularly nuanced rhythm. It's not for everybody. It's not to be digested by everyone. So whether you understand or you don't understand, that's a function of your capacity, not anything I have to say. I've said what I have to say. You guys carry on. But what you're hearing is the language of fed upness.
Okay. Thank you so much. It is unfortunate that you do not see what they've done as a crime, but you rather blame the victim. You see, this is where the nation is we are now at the crossroad. And somebody here is saying that one man bribed me with $2. I mean, I don't understand how you thinking about that. If you use money, if you put money on your comment, we will definitely emphasize, bring it up. That's what he did. I will not brought it up. I brought it up again because Tony spoke about it at length. And I wanted the people who are listening to Tony, who probably didn't see that comment, to see it. What can I give us some small sense? We get small sense for this side. Okay. But having said that, I want to also say this. It is mind-boggling that somebody who lives in the United Kingdom, where law and order is respected, in a land that does not belong to you, where you probably own houses and businesses, where your children go to school almost free of charge, and do other things, you are not an indigene of that land. Yet the people extended you the courtesy to be what? To be treated like a human being, like an indigene. You get all the rights. You sit on this panel and tell me and you that are Nigerians, as you so call yourselves, and that you say that a lady who has bought land in another part of Nigeria, not in Benin Republic, in another part of Nigeria, has no right to protest that her farm is being destroyed and that her property is being stolen. You say it's a sign. In other words, the Giribo, if I understand the Giribo drum, which I know, because if you took part in all this, some of Yoruba playlists, you will have known what the Giribo drum is. But anyway, the long and short of it is that you don't see anything wrong with it. It's a sign to tell you Igbos that you should no longer belong in the Southwest. If you can hear the drum, hear the Giribo now. One man has played it. So you should take note.
KJ, I beg. I don't want you to tread on that. Don't go there, because we cannot stereotype an ethnic group, an entire. That's one man's own view, and there are Yorubas here in the platform who don't share that view. If you look at it, and some of us have very good Yoruba friends. When I say very good, that we can close our eyes and they can lead us to battle and we'll still feel safe. That's just his view. It doesn't represent the view of every Yoruba person. So I just want to say that he's entitled to his views, and his view stays with him.
Anyway, so can I say something? Because I just wanted to, I always.
KJ,
are you hearing me?
Nobody's hearing you. KJ, unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened to my mic. Now, one of the things I've learned in life is when somebody tells me, I'm going to do this to you, please take them serious. One man is one of the people who speaking on behalf of the Southwest and vis-a-vis the government in place. If you listen to him, you know that what he's saying has roots. So what I'm saying as a moderator here now, and that's my view, the Indibo that are in the Southwest, one man has told you people that the Gidigbo drum has been beating for you people. Take it that way. Let me go to Chris. You have 1 minute. I want to go to Janaba.
Oh, okay. Yeah. One of the things I keep saying it, and I will not just, those of us who are students of history always go back to history. This issue was well discussed by Awolowo, by Azikiwe, by Sultan of Sokoto, Sadwana. Okay. Now, when you bring different people together, you are likely to see this, what we call struggle for competition. That's the way I put it. Okay, you are likely to see competition. Now, when you are competed, you always bring the worst part of you in order to get ahead of the other. So it is not unexpected what he's saying or what happened. But you see, that is what I'm trying to say. In a country when they were trying to negotiate for this after this thing, because Nigeria is an amalgam. I keep on saying it. Nigeria is an amalgam, and amalgam is a substance that is not chemically bound together, so they can easily be separated. Now, we understand that the only way we can do continue to coexist, we can, as a country, is if we go back to what, to what the likelihood of, say, like Ojuku and the Gowan, the kind of Aburi Accord they had, the kind of agreement they had in Aburi Accord. These are the only way Nigeria can coexist. But to exist as a federation in a way like this, it's it's not going to be of any good to anybody. So what I'm trying to say is that for those of us who say we are detribalized, no. Ethnicity, we must understand it. The importance of ethnicity. Ethnicity is the same thing as a nation.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay. So ethnicity has the same definition as a nation. And if and the only slight difference between ethnicity and a nation is that you can have multi-ethnic groups in a nation. But the important thing you must know is that before in any nation, you must have a culture, you must have ideology, you must have one culture, one ideology for them to exist. If you have more than multicultural, if you have multicultural, you have multi-ideology, they will never settle. That country will never, exist. So that is where we are getting it wrong. We can recalibrate our existence in Nigeria. So it is not the problem of leadership. For those of you who are always saying when we get the leadership, the right leadership, because I have a good example on the reason why it is not the leadership. But nobody that is telling me about the leadership has given me example why it is the problem is the leadership. If you want to have if you want to have an example of why it is not the leadership that is the problem of Nigeria, I can give you one, and that is the First Republic. Go back and see the First Republic. They have good leaders, that First Republic fell on their watch.
Okay, Tony, I don't want to say let us put that aside and discuss on that time because I have plenty things I put aside now. In our secondary school, we used to have one guy. When he sees a girl at the lights and he wants to talk to her, he will see me later. So we began to call him simulator because everybody he would tell, Rose, see me later. And later never ever comes. So I don't want to say I'm going to keep this topic aside for us to go back to it because I already have many I have kept by the side. But we will see between those of us who are moderators how we can come about this thing. Do you have my number, Chris?
No, not exactly.
Okay, so we'll try and say I'll get you get my number. I'll put it on the back chat so we can talk about this and say that some of these things you are bringing up. They are very good topic and take it as a whole. But I don't want us to from today's meeting. Yes, here comes Mr. Jonaba. Mr. Jonaba, the one is the snow up to your window yet?
Somehow.
Somehow, okay. Because everybody is feeling it. I don't know whether this door can open when I leave here now. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Good evening, KJ and fellow panelists. It's nice to be here. I had one mind and some of those comments, and it's amazing the way we rationalize things, and I believe everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But the reality is that we are in another man's land, enjoying the freedom. Recently, in UK, the Prime Minister was and traced his origin to India, and also Barack Obama can be traced to Africa, become first black president in American history. And he also have his own culture that uh, in his DNA from Africa, but there was an institutions that allow him to function not just as a citizen, but to preside over America as a president. So, and if we talk about Nigerian and talk about this tribal issue that we are facing, it's like a cancer in the spine that we are that are beneficiary in another man's land of culture. They have their own culture, and you are allowed to function wherever you are, as far as you pay your taxes, abide by the rule. We are seeing the breaking down of rule and order in America these days, but yet the citizen push back and non-citizens alike to say this is inhuman. You can't treat human beings like that. They have invested their whole life in this country over the years, and now you are trying to remove them by this order. It's not proper. It's not the right way of doing things. We are saying that. And then when it comes to our space at Nigeria, Nigeria as a country, regardless of the tribe and how many tribes that exist in the space of Nigeria, it's not up to a place in landmark like Texas, California, Alaska, one of the whole country in the terms of landmark. In Texas, we even have a time difference with other part like El Paso and part of Texas have a different time zone within Texas, and they still in America and different culture. Even in your neighborhood where we live, we people practice different religion, different culture, but they stay in peace and harmony. So when they become a narrow-minded things that the function is a Igbo land in the east doing well, no criminality, nothing there. The people preserve themselves. Or in the north, there's nothing wrong with the north, and then they say, okay, the northerners should go there. We can manage ourselves. Well, when you come to the west, the Yorubas part of the west, so everyone there is perfectly okay. The problem is Nigeria as a country, but we, the Yorubas, we are doing well. There's no such thing. It's because people don't understand how to work. It's like yesterday they're saying, oh, Nigerians are beggars, become an issue. The whole country, you are separating Nigerians from Nigeria. This is a country that have everything under their ground in their
Yes.
favor. Trillions that worth trillions of dollars are still going to be borrowing from country lining up. And so many African countries do the same thing. We just don't know how to live on this earth. Has nothing to do with a race or no race or because we are tribal. You are blaming individual begging in the country. But the whole country is a Bamala country. The whole country. The president that go to another country to go and ask for money while everything is there. You don't blame the president. You are blaming a citizen that is helpless under a big umbrella. Now, this is the kind of the rhetoric that I hear here. So when are we going to get our act together? So this is and I think it's about time that we set our record straight, because we in diasporas, you where you are, you function the way you function. You can work. You can work in that local government or the canton where you are. You can even work in the canton's office as a clerk, as anything. Nobody will challenge you if you are qualified and they want to employ you because there is a system in place to address you. So when we talk about building the system, we are not talking about tribe. I'm disappointed with all those rhetoric of is Igbo, is Yoruba, and all of those things. And we don't share the same value, we don't have the same culture, we cannot work together. Who told you where you live you have the same culture? Who told you how? Who told you? That's not true. The practical is that you are being, it's either you are delusional and you are trying to, you stick with something in your brain that nothing can take it from you, that you are seeing it with your naked eye and you are living in denial. Because that is not true. If Nigeria is not working for all, it's not working for all. It's not, it has nothing to do with a certain tribes. And when they say where do you go? That the country you go, that which we call ourselves a secular nation. So who we have these barbaric people that they can they are religious fanatics that come after you, brainwash a low level that does such thing. It's not exempted in the East. And we have them in the north where they can and Nigeria can be cited to do things. Of course, they have reduced significantly that they don't do those things as much again. But we have all those problems in the south here. Under the umbrella of Christianity, pastor is this thing. There's a female pastor, I forgot her name. It says that she was invited, as I finish a round of Brother KJ. She was invited, 6 of them, by American embassy. And shamelessly, what she was saying was that Imam told her, say, why did your Christian brethren, or why did your brethren talk so much bad about what is happening in the Christendom, that our Imam do worse, but we don't expose them? Can she say that if she is a victim, if her daughter is a victim, or what is the cockroach in her cupboard that she's trying to prevent? Why is she talking like that? We should not be exposing a leader. It's to put pressure on them and let the victim not continue to be a victim and die in silence. But this is what resonates in Nigeria. And this is what we are proud of, that somehow that makes sense. If your daughter or yourself are victim of rape, will you say that why did they mention the pastor that did it? But this is what is going on in Nigeria. So I don't think that the issue we are having is a tribal issue or a religious issue. It's just that we become we are a product of our environment, that we don't have a teachable spirit. We just made up our mind, and that is it. We come here, everything we repeat on that talking point in the school of thought, and nothing else makes sense. And we want people to believe us, even when the reality does not add up. Even if you take it to the lab, where science is more proving anything, you will not come out to get the result you are asking for, because that's not reality we have seen playing around the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janaba. So, in Janaba's view, we are not real. We're not looking at this thing. Is probably we're all being delusional because we're not looking at the total picture. And yeah, it's not about a particular tribe. All these things happen to everybody in Nigeria. Okay, I will allow Chim to come in. Chim.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I was lying down and listening, and then until one man made that comment, and I was like, no way. So I left my glasses upstairs and came down. So the light of the computer is what I'm shielding my eyes from constantly.
Okay.
I'm actually feeling sleepy. But the thing is this, I don't want to say I was shocked, because having interacted with one man for a while now, there's some things I expect to hear from him, but that someone will not have empathy, and his focus is directly, if you have been robbed, then pack your bags and go back to where you're coming from. It's like feeding off from what John Abba just said. It's like a lady on campus being raped, and the first instinct for those of us who are not the victims is, okay, why was she dressing like that? I mean, you've heard that be said. You hear a lady was raped, oh, but look at the way she was dressed. Or, wow, so why did she go to male hostel? Do you understand what I'm saying? Without first of all addressing the fact that there's something called barbarism just occurred. That's barbaric. There's no reason for you to rape someone just because of the way you feel they dressed. It's wrong. First of all, that is wrong. And so carrying that mindset over, this lady is doing a business. she, whatever you might think, maybe she grew up in that area, I don't know, or maybe that's where she was doing a corporate job before and decides to do a private business and bought parcels of land to do that private business. There is no law that says because she's an outsider of that community, therefore she should be a target of her business being destroyed. For goodness sake, for anybody who is coming here to throw in ethnic colorations into it, where's your humanity? Where exactly is your humanity? She's doing a decent business. You didn't catch her stealing. She set up a business, bought land, put up machineries she's using to do the business. She's planting whatever kinds of agricultural products she's planting, and you're robbing her business, mutilating her business, destroying her business. And your first instinct to her complaint is that she should pack up and go back to where she comes from. Chris, I totally disagree with you when you say it's expected. When you say ethnicity is expected, ethnicity is never expected. Tribalism is never expected. Racism is never expected under any guise. You can be proud of your ethnic background, associate with your ethnic background, but you have no reason to play ethnic baiting towards the other person. It's not acceptable. We complain here as Black people that, oh, we get profiling, we get racially profiled. That, oh, in some instances, some rednecks do stuff to us. But here we are. Here you are, same complexion, inside the same geographical expression, and you are already playing language, pitching language against the other person, just because. So if this girl was one man's niece or sister, what will one man say? One man will say, okay, it's justifiable. Oh, we're from Ogun State. You went to Ekiti State to set up. If you're not happy, carry your bag and go back to Ekiti State. Is that what he's going to say? Is that what he's going to say? Because I'm trying to level this thing down to the whatever level we're operating from. She's Igbo, or she's Rivers, or wherever she comes from, because I don't know if she's an Igbo girl. But her sin, the only sin you have about her now is that she set up a business in a Yoruba land. That's all. So if the girl was a Yoruba girl, would the argument now be that, oh, this happened to you in Offa, go back to Yewa land in Ijebu or Ogun State? Is that where he would reduce the agreement to? I don't know how some of us think sometimes. Sometimes, to be honest with you, when I saw this, I just wanted to stay away because there are certain topics that are very emotional. I run away from them. Do you know why I run away? Not many of us, I keep repeating it, have transcended enough to be able to look at things dispassionately. You don't need to like someone to be able to empathize and say, but that's not right. This is wrong. She took a loan, for instance. Or maybe it's her hard-earned savings. She's injected into a business. And it's okay for you. Just because she doesn't speak the same language with you, that it is okay that her business. He did not I didn't listen to him for once say, you know what, I'm not happy she's playing an ethnic whistle, if that's his problem, but this was wrong. One man did not condemn what was done to that girl, not once. Please, KJ, did he? Maybe I missed it. He didn't. He just went straight up to say, oh, if she's not happy, pack your bag, go back. There's land in England. Are we okay? Like, seriously.
Yeah. Chim, just to even add, he never for once even looked at, the complaint. Rather, his mindset was that she's been exploiting the people. So that is why the people are stealing.
So
she has more than 20 staff, indigenous of those areas, employed in her work, that she helps to manage their family, and sometimes even go, because I have a longer version of that video. She pays their school fees and make sure that they get something, even when the farm is not producing enough. She takes her own money and meets their need. And that's what somebody who wants to build a nation.
Listen. KJ, sorry. Can I intervene a little bit?
Chris, let me finish. Then you can intervene, please. all I just want to appeal to us, some of us, is this: listen, whatever differences, I don't want to come here and start saying certain things because sometimes I don't want to be caught in this whole I'm married to a Yoruba person or whatever. My direct younger sister is married to a Yoruba person. Mine. I'm not talking about somebody far away. So I will not come here to play that kind of card. That's why I'm always careful. And I think it's time some of us we need to rise above certain things. First and foremost, we can come and say, okay, but no, if she had made any ethnic slur, you can come and address that separately. But not to even look at the fact that this lady, she injected money into a business and she's being robbed. And you can't even see it. You can't see that. For shame on every other person who is playing ethnic bigotry on that chat platform. Shame on all of you. Because let me tell you something. The kind of seeds you sow today, you will reap. I'm sorry, I'm an apostle of that. You're not going to escape it. You will reap it. In fact, yes, sometimes people shame me, they will reap it, but they'll keep quiet. You will reap it. Even those of you who are in this UK, you go to UK, you're not a British citizen, and you are in a land that you know is not yours, but you're supporting horrible things happening back home in Nigeria because it's convenient for you to do that. You will reap it. Karma is not just it happens. You will reap it. It's unfair.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that brought me to the program. I was able to quietly sit down and be watching people and listen, but I couldn't stand when I heard this man come in here, and you can't even empathize. It's sickening. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, because you can see that young lady. Hold on, I know where you're going. I don't want us to divert, Chris, please.
No. I just want to make one comment.
Now let's KJ control.
That where you're going is what Tim have mentioned. I don't want you to go there. They're going to take us away. Now, that young lady is not more than, if he's too old, maybe 40 years old. And that's the kind of encouragement we need in Nigeria. People who can take initiative, put their money and do their business. I don't know how long shall we go to. If we don't want the country to unite, then let us kuku say so. So everybody can go and mind their business in their own locality. There's a way of doing that. We don't have to divide. Just call a confederacy. Everybody will go and mind their own business. But saying that somebody who has invested in a locality where he has people who families are benefiting from her, and not that she borrowed the land, she paid all the money that she was asked to pay, and you still don't see value that she's bringing to the community, then I cannot help anybody on that. So let me go to Stay Humble. Maybe he can help us with the answer. He may have a better understanding of what's going on. Stay Humble. Stay Humble. Are you with us? Oh, Stay Humble. Network. Stay Humble.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. What's the topic? One man went to more has been converted.
No, don't take it to one man wants to more, because that's what he wants. We're not going to discuss him. We're discussing the issue of the lady who came to the social media and told us that she bought land, built her farm, employed the local people. They are working for her, but each time they go back to her farm and steal all the equipment, including her big gen that runs everything, steal her water pump, and even the chickens. I didn't see any chicken in the chicken, so I don't know whether that one was stolen. But in a longer version of that video, she will show you everything they've been doing to her, and this is the 6th time. And whenever she goes to the police don't treat it properly. So now she says she's going to go to every length to make sure that she recovers those things that were stolen from her. And that is part of what we were playing that video in relation to, some of the things that happen around Nigeria, because we have talked about some of these things that are going on here, not necessarily against, ethnicity, but this is what goes on to people who live in a locality where it is not their own land. We also talked about we showed the video of some business people in Kano whose beer were being destroyed. They brought this out and they were breaking them. These are investment people made. Okay, I don't drink beer. Okay, but because I don't drink beer doesn't mean that I should destroy beer. Because the world is not monolithic world. Anybody can eat whatever you want. So, but when you go do that, And the people selling those drinks are not Muslims, but you are destroying them because you feel they are in a Muslim city or state. Is that right in a nation that doesn't have any state religion? Is that right? That's what we're talking about. There are other
Mm,
issues, but if you want, you can narrow down on that.
yeah, it's really disturbing, isn't it? Because the world, as well as Nigeria, is full of problems. From one issue to the other, if not wars, it's um, you know, um, clashes between ethnic nationalities, tribes, associations, etc. So a lot of things are going on, and what happened to the woman could also happen to her, regardless of where she is. Really, it could also happen to her, even in her own state or even in her own local council area. So, as in, theft is theft, really. And those people who are responsible for the theft should be brought to book. Unfortunately, it's a country where there's no rule of law. So even the police, they're just not alive to their responsibilities. So yeah, people will now be forced to take the law into their own hands, unfortunately. When you talk about ethnicity in relation to that, yeah, it's very unfortunate because even in other parts of the country, because I remember when um, I had a short stint after I graduated in a place, a job very close to my hometown, and in my hometown, 70 to 80% of people that operate motorcycle in commercial capacity, they are from the Taraba and Adamawa part of the country. So sometimes people will be like, "Oh, these outside people should go this and that," and I'll be like, "Why should they go? These people are without these people, you can't move from point A to B." So these are things that should be discouraged everywhere and at any time. And for people like one man went to more, I don't know whether he was here or maybe you saw his video somewhere. But I thought he had been banned from this platform because when he should have been banned was when he was very rude to one of the guests. I think that was like 2 years ago. He should have been banned. If I had the power, I would ban him permanently. From this forum. Um, his words should not be taken seriously, and the fact that he came here means that he's really disturbed. If he came here, it means that he's really disturbed because he operates a platform where they live and feed on bigotry. And sometimes when they think they are losing because they are losers, they come here to you know see what's going on. And when they come, they discover that we are happy, and they won't be happy about it as well. So it's very good to discourage every form of bigotry. And I recognize the issues of ethnicity, nationalism. Even someone mentioned, that we should go back to the Aburi Accord. Yeah, it's fine, but I don't really subscribe to going back to what the British instituted. What I've always subscribed to is people coming together. Now that the amalgamation has taken place and we've lived in that contraption called Nigeria that has not worked. What I've always advocated was for people to come together. Because if you say the Aburi Accord, the Aburi agreement was between Ojukwu and Gowon. Gowon is from the Biram tribe, right? Ojukwu was an Igbo man. So probably in that accord, we don't know the number of nationalities that were represented. So what I usually advocate for is for people to come together to talk, not the kind of coming together under Jonathan or Basanjo or Abacha. Yes, all those ones are big man meeting. They will bring one senator there, bring one traditional ruler there who has a PDP card, membership card. Bring somebody from there, bring some, no, all those people, then lodge them in Sheraton Hotel also, and pay them a lot of dollars, and they'll just be there, you know, be there eating and drinking and toasting, you know. And at the end of the day, they will ask one or two lawyers to prepare some documents, and then they'll submit to you. Say they spent 7 billion or so dollars or something naira, and they'll say this is no. That one is just a waste of time. What I want is a kind of conference where different all the ethnic nationalities. In fact, what we even call languages in Nigeria, because if you ask AY, for example, how many languages we have in Nigeria, he may say 500. If you ask Chim, he may say 200. Nobody knows. But even what we even call languages are just dialects of language. We probably might not have more than 100 languages. We probably might not have more than 100 ethnic nationalities. So, the other ones are just tribes and subdivisions of them. So, Nigeria problem is not a complex one. It's just a problem that if the perpetrators of the iniquity in Nigeria decide to stop within 1 year, we'll be on the path of progress. Even the ethnic jingoism, you discover that in Lagos, for example, before Bola Tinubu came into the picture, how many times were Yoruba people burning Igbo shops and destroying things? You see, so sometimes the Nigerian people, both Igbos, Yorubas, Ibibios, they probably will not have any problem themselves if not for the machinations of the politicians. And these machinations, stemmed from the British quest for total control of resources and the people. And they pinpointed some people and said, okay, these people, we don't like them. These other people, we like them, and stuff. So, and then when they left, they appointed some of their puppets who inherited the colonial structure. So that we are still, it's that colonial rule that we're still operating. And that's why when your governor is moving, they are moving with long convoy. It's still that the same way the colonial masters operated. That's the same way they operate. There's no difference. The same way the colonial masters operated in every part of Africa, like West Africa, East Africa, that's the same way the so-called politicians operate. Until we come to that table, I heard John Abba say that, oh, no, there's no problem in Nigeria. Let's just continue. No. The issue of Nigeria is not what you said. Nigeria has a tumor, it has a cancer. You have to operate. If you don't operate, it keeps on growing till it destroys everybody. So you have to take Nigeria to the operating theater and surgically incise Nigeria and remove the tumor. And
Okay.
then the
Uh,
country will be healed.
All right.
KJ, please. KJ, excuse me for 1 minute. Please, let me respond to this young man calling my name that said there's nothing wrong in Nigeria. Please, when he finishes, though, if he has done.
And KJ, AY, I'll beg you, I want to say something about the beer matter and go, please. Thank you.
Okay. John Maba, you have 1 minute.
All right. First and foremost, stay humble. I didn't say that. I didn't say there's nothing wrong with Nigeria. Let's be clear about that. So I don't know how you get it from. For the first time that you've been coming to this platform that I even enjoying you from the beginning, but now you spoil everything. So mind your thing. I didn't say that. If you want to attack me directly and quote me right. But nevertheless, I enjoy your saying today. But just like I think there is something that we cannot put it together, you spoil it end of the day, and I'll let you go. But to be clear, I didn't say nothing wrong with Nigeria. When I mentioned Nigeria, I said the country itself is a Bami Allah, is begging. Why are they blaming Nigerian citizens that they are calling them beggar? That's where I refer to when I mention Nigeria. That the country that have millions and trillions of resources under them are going to outside the country borrowing money, mortgaging the life of their citizens by borrowing. And most African leaders are lining up in China and other nations while we have everything it takes. So I do not say nothing wrong with Nigeria. So, well, stay humble. I hope you are clear about that. Nevertheless, your submission today about saying that nothing is wrong in terms of that we can function, we can have a dialogue and talk our differences. It's a way to go, but now it's affecting you guys. But when the former governor of Lagos, Fashola, when Fashola was forcing the Northerners from Lagos, giving them one bag of rice and 10,000 naira to live, nobody talk. You see, life is like that. When Fashola was forcing the Northern and the Okada people you mentioned to go back to the North, giving them 10,000 naira and a bag of rice, nobody say nothing. What goes around comes around.
No,
They did
hold
not
on,
talk.
hold on,
They
hold
did
on,
not talk.
hold on. No, we talked. No, I was in Nigeria at that time. No, the media went haywire. We talked. Everybody talked about it. We said no, this is wrong. Unless you are
No,
telling us
yeah,
the North
but I'm
don't belong,
talking to people. Yeah, I'm talking to I'm referring
Okay.
to the guy that is saying here now that to just not even against him, that what he says, what he stood for, that when he was in the local, I'm talking about stay humble, when he was in his local area and they said that the Okada people and all of them should leave or they are too much, he said no. There are business that people are done in different ways. These people, they are in low income and they're content with it, and they do whatever they can do to keep their heads up. Give them credit. Let people live in their own space. But then Fashola, I know somebody was telling me here, did they not to talk? Did they not talk what? What do you know? Is not is Nigerian does not belong to all of us. Now you are crying and you say something not to talk. What
No,
if
no.
if
The
not we
reason
not
why the
talk,
reason why
we
I'm
not talk.
asking.
Humanity is this is the narrow-minded issue.
Oh,
Whatever your neighbor is in they say there's adage in popular in Nigeria. Say when your neighbor's house is on fire, do everything to quench it because yours will be not will be next. So whether the person live there is a Chinese guy or is an Indian guy or is a Nigerian or Igbo, doesn't matter. If something that is wrong is being come, like KJ said that yes, we go wire, yeah, then let's say yes, it's a good thing that Nigerians say we are all Nigerians, everybody have the right to reside any part of the Nigeria, even by the constitution. Apart from that, we live abroad all over the world. Are we happy when they deport us? Except when we do something wrong, we have no right that to go back. But then within Nigeria, we discriminate all those things here and there. It's unfortunate. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes. Chim.
AJ,
Yeah,
can I
thank
say?
AY, thank you very much.
Hold on. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. AY. I see you. Just Chim want to make a
Yeah,
quick comment.
No problem.
yeah,
Okay.
AY, I'm thanking him because AY gave me his slot literally. So I'm trying to acknowledge that it was his time. So why I want to talk about this beer thing and is the fact that remember there is this whole VAT thing involved. And I remember the first time we started talking about VAT, when VAT was not even a major national conversation. Yes, people were paying VAT. It wasn't yet fully a law, but you pay or you don't pay or whatever. And I told someone, I said, for people who argue, especially from the north, that they are not getting enough VAT money and all that. And I said, no, it has to be done by derivative. You cannot be destroying crates and lorry loads of alcohol. And then at the end of the year, when VAT is pulled, then you now tell me to give you the same VAT money and give it to you, not just give you, but give it to you based on your population. My argument has been that if you say you do not like the products of Nigerian breweries because they sell beer, then exclude yourself from the revenue that comes from the sale of that beer. I think it's fair enough. You can't by night destroy those products, and then in the daytime when the money is being shared, you now open your hand and say you want to get same money from the same haram. These are some of the things that I want us to address. I think it's fair enough. This is not trying to be this thing. If you don't believe in drinking beer, then you shouldn't be collecting sales tax from it. It's hypocritical for you to be doing that. And I think until our national political office holders, president, minister, National Assembly members stand up and say this thing and constantly push it. Because sometimes there's this Northern guy, I don't know if I have that video that circulated a few days ago, where he said that the southern politicians are stupid. He said it. He said that they are stupid because that they need to start help putting their Northern counterparts on the notice. And he was clear. He says you cannot continue. You say you want to educate your children on a certain educational level, and then tomorrow you come back and say that you're disadvantaged. Who disadvantaged you? I've been saying this thing here. Now we're going into the economics. Tomorrow now, VAT money will be put together to be shared, and somebody in Zamfara will say, oh, he's not getting enough. But you were destroying beer. I drink beer. You're destroying beer bottles. And then the sales from it, the revenue from it, you want to share. That's being hypocritical, for goodness sake. I don't know why this our Nigeria is a funny place, to be honest with you. A very funny place. Where someone says he does not like pig meat. Pig meat is filthy meat. You kill the pig meat and sell it, make a profit, and he tells you, give me a portion of it. I'm part of this nation. But you said the pig meat is dirty. Why do you want to eat? Why do you want to share from the revenue of the pig meat? Does it make sense? I don't know. Listen, guys, Nigeria is a funny country.
Chief, that's part of the reason I said regionalize the country.
My brother, and I agree with you.
Yesterday, you know, we were having that discussion. Yeah.
No, don't do this. Listen, if I don't believe in eating something, I will tell you, don't give me. I don't want. But if you say you believe in that thing, you know what? Anyway, thank you. I just don't know. The headache in Nigeria is too much. And sometimes I just feel like just stay away so that you don't internalize that headache.
Thank you so much, Chim. We will not stay away because if we stay away, we'll leave it for our children. The war we're not able to complete, and the monster we're not able to kill will become, something else. A gorilla we're not able to kill will become a monster in the days of our children. So I think we should deal with it today and once and for all. My father's passed it over to me. I don't intend to pass it over to my children. Two things very straight, and everybody knows my view on that. I am totally, absolutely not for one Nigeria because it's not working. I mean, imagine what this individual came here today to say. No empathy at all for the lady who is owing over 10 million naira in the bank for taking loan to do a business that is benefiting you, benefiting her, and the people of that community. You prefer rather that the people don't have job. That 20 people that she's employing will not have job. Those 20 people she's employing have maybe 5 children and a wife. Just imagine how many people are benefiting from that business. But you don't care. Let it be shut down because it belongs to an Igbo woman, and let her go back to the southeast. And that's why somehow, I looked for this video and I saw it. This is some of these people don't even know how the southeast look like. This is part of the southeast.
I thought it's my turn now.
No, it's your turn. You're going to talk. This is part of the southeast people talk about. This is just a small community in the southeast. I don't even want to show my own or keep Chim on.
Show us your house, KJ.
So this is part of the southeast you guys are talking about. We're not living in the bush. We're not looking for where to go to. We have something. Okay. Anyway, let's hear from AY. AY, go ahead.
I know it's my turn now. You don't want to stop.
No, go ahead. AY, go ahead.
Yeah, evening, everyone. I kind of agree with what Chim said. Now, yes, we're having discussion. The country should be regionalized. I think that is the best solution to the country. I also agree. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff Stay Humble said. You see, the reason why I'm here, I know John Abba is here, Mr. Tony was here. Sometimes we take things too far. Mr. Tony, when I was on the comment section, I didn't even listen to that video at all. Usually, this kind of stuff, to me, they are BS. I'm tired of, I don't like discussing them. They are just foolish talk. The reason is that we ourselves, we that are here, check yourself very well. If you ever have intention of telling any Nigerian living in your state, in your village, wherever, in your place, to leave, you are part of the problem. Where I grow up, where I live, I will give you the area, you can go there. I grew up with everybody. Muslim, Christian, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Kanu, everybody, even till date. My school, the same thing. I don't understand this language or till this platform. I'm very honest. I don't understand this language. A lot of you speak, but it's not. I don't know the intention of the people that were bullying the girl or stealing from her. If the intention is also because she's Igbo or she's particular tribe, that's why they're doing that. It's just foolishness. I don't even know how people think. When I think about this stuff, to me, honestly, I swear to my God, if you bully somebody in my community because he's not from my community, I will fight you to death. I swear to God, I will do it. I will not even stand it for 1 second. However, Mr. Chris, I really want to address you today. Those of you that are looking for this division in Nigeria, Nigeria is bonded together by the British. What you don't tell us, the British also created the Biafra you are calling for. The Old Eastern region, that is the Biafra. It was British construct. I don't know if you know. Why are you not interested in breaking up that region then? You never speak about that, but you want Biafra that will cut across the 5 eastern states and the South state because it's convenient. But that is a British construct. The only region Nigeria ever created was the Midwest region. The 3 regions, the North, the West, the Old Eastern region, they were British construct. I see Mr. Oti is shaking here. Probably he's going to disagree. I don't know how someone would disagree on that. That's a fact.
Yes, because I've never heard Chris say that.
He said it. That's why he said it.
No,
he kept. Hold up.
No, he's never said he's an advocate.
I'm here, so I'm here. Can you give me the right to reply him?
Let me finish.
I'm still here.
This argument of, oh, North and South are not the same, they are not together, blah, 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 kind of BS. Even if you create certain country, a country decide they can't stay together, and you know that, you will still have this crisis. What is also very funny, we don't know, even if you create a state, a country that is all Igbos or Yoruba, you will have problem. I usually tell my friend, he's there, you will hear Ijebuma will tell you, or your man is not a real Yoruba.
Can I ask him a question? Can I ask you just one question, please?
Let him finish. People who are here, he can let him talk now. Please,
let him finish.
Basically, what I'm saying, people that love division does not help. I have studied countries that break up for various reasons. From India break up because of religion. After a couple of years, Pakistan divided into 2. That's where you had Bangladesh. Look at Sudan and South Sudan and North Sudan. It was this crisis that made them to break up. As we speak, South Sudan are fighting war, North Sudan are fighting war. They don't make sense to me, to be honest. If you go study the country, it's just the greed of the people. What I know, what Mr. Ombo said now, every country can come together and have proper discussion. Get everybody involved, every stakeholder, let them have discussion. Let's look for a way how we can have a better country. That's why for me personally, I will choose the regions we have now, the 6 region, make them independent. This is what I will propose, because I see like we blame ourselves too much. Yoruba are blaming Igbo, Igbo are blaming Hausa, Hausa are blaming Fulani, Fulani are blaming Kanuri. This is what is going on in Nigeria. It gets really tiring. I personally don't think, even if you split this country into pieces, I don't think it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. I sometimes I push this issue to. It's a problem of the black man, but a lot of us will not accept. Black countries are not doing well in Africa. Even those that are 90% Christian, even those that are 90% Muslim, even those that are 70% the same tribe, they are struggling. This is what is going on across Africa. The only African countries that are doing well a little bit, they are the North African countries. These are facts.
KJ, can I reply a little bit? Because I have been mentioned severally.
I don't know whether I want to let you respond because
no, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to say anything that you wouldn't understand. That you
have not spoken. I want, because we are rounding up very soon. I want Oti to be able to make his point also, so that it will be just response. If you have questions, you ask. If Jonaba has questions, you ask you. If you have for Jonaba, you ask him. But let's everybody have a bite at the apple. All right, sir. Go ahead, Oti.
Okay. Well, I came late, and I don't really know what what the subject matter is. Subject matter for discussion. No, but well, of course, I came when Chris was talking, and I understand his overarching theme, and I do agree with that. Maybe some people don't understand what ethnicity is all about. But the question I want to maybe put to AY is this, and some other people that maybe think like him. Now, when we talk about this, and by the way, he doesn't mind coming together to have a discussion. And I ask him if from that discussion, say certain ethnic groups decide to be on their own, perhaps not minding minority groups to be part of their new nation. Would you have anything against that? So because let me finish. So because we having a discussion is not just for the sake of discussion, okay? So if we have this conference, it's for a purpose. It's for a future life together, And if the people, the participants in the discussion, if they, as a group, as a block, on the basis of the ethnicity, want to stay together, do you have anything against that?
At all. That is why I'm against Biafra. Hold on. That's why I'm against Biafra. I think it's a scam. Because any Biafra that caught across the
I don't know who is arguing for Biafra here. I don't know who is arguing for Biafra here.
That's what Chris is asking for. That's why
I don't think so.
that.
As I said,
okay. From any tribe. So the essence of discussion is for us to have, agree on things. Any tribe that are willing to
and that
leave,
agreement can include
let them
people
leave.
going.
Yeah,
certain groups going their separate way.
I'm for the independence of any group. I'm for the independence of any group.
Okay, good. So, and therefore, then there's nothing. You can't be against anything. You can't be against Chris because his position is essentially he wants to give a preeminence to ethnicity. Okay, for good reasons, right? So you can't really be quarreling with him. But anyway,
no, we are not quarreling. Come, we just
I mean arguing, disputing. I don't mean you're fighting him. So, by the way, let me put this kind of as a general question, because people always come up with this argument. Oh, okay, maybe when the Southeast, the Igbos, when they go, or when the Yorubas, they will still be having infighting. And so what? I mean, this is you can't rule out conflicts in human relationships. Now, are you saying that because maybe some couples, a husband and wife, have quarrels, fight, have misunderstanding, are you then suggesting that having an open marriage should be the solution? Okay, so that anybody, we don't have monogamy anymore, and then have marriages be an open affair. So that's if like an analogy to this argument. Okay, they'll be having infighting. So it doesn't make sense. People will still have to struggle. It's just the nature of human enterprise, for misunderstandings, for conflicts to arise. But it depends on, if like the predisposition, the ability of the people to forge a common destiny, have common outlook on life, different, the same values. These are important. You can't language. You can't discount these things. They're quite essential. We have to look around and see how other countries have succeeded. You can have more multicultural societies, but even in Europe we live, we can see the challenges that, it's causing. Okay, it hasn't been easy. So that's all I can say to that. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I'm a bit, I don't want to, I don't want to say anything to AY, but what does Biafra means to you? What's so difficult for other people who are not Easterners?
In 2026, you can't be talking about Biafra that include non-Igbo speaking states or land.
No. Okay, I need to ask you another question. AY. Is there any other nation in the world where you have a terminology as in South?
Why do you need any other nation to be South?
So a South is a term used.
Yeah, let me answer you.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
In the same Nigeria where you have that term used frequently as South, do you have North in the North?
KJ.
No, it's a simple question. Yes or no? Do you have?
Let me answer. No. You can't tell me how to answer. That's the problem. So when a country can choose, or you can, for example, you write a book, you can decide to use anything. You can decide to use phone. What you only denote is to explain that the phone I'm talking about, it means a country. You can decide to use water as land. You define it. This is what it means. When you say South, geographically, there is something called South. I have explained it here, and I will keep explaining it. So that should not be, that is the problem. That's why Mr.
The South was invented by
So,
I'm sure that.
What
but
I want you to
say, that history.
Okay. What? Let me ask you a question too. Does the land South belong to the Igbo speaking community of Nigeria?
No. Listen, Mr. AY. The whole of the South before now, okay, was called the Southeast or the East, as the case may be.
That is a British construct. That's what I'm telling you. It is a British construct, just like the way Nigeria is a British construct.
So, if we decide to take away the name that you are calling that is a British construct, then you will still have Igbo-speaking people in River State, in Cross River State, in Akwa Ibom State.
But they are not indigenous to the land.
What do you mean by that indigenous? Where they come from?
They are not indigenous to the land.
How do you know that?
The Igbo speaking in Delta, in River, they are not indigenous to the land. Those land does not belong to the Igbos.
Are you okay?
Rich history. Oh, I'm very okay. This is where the conflict is coming. You see, there is a war already. That is why you cannot say you don't want Nigeria because Nigeria
war with whom? War with whom?
Not war. I mean war.
I know what it is.
This is the war we are dealing with. Hold on, Mr. Oti. You cannot say Nigeria was put together by the British. You don't want to be part of Nigeria. The Southeast, the old Southeast, were put together by the British, but you want that region to remain. Why is that?
Yeah, you're making no.
It's not a mistake.
No, let me tell him something he doesn't know. Okay.
Go ahead.
Now, before the British came, there was something they called Arrow Confederacy.
Okay.
Arrow Confederacy constitutes people from different all the areas in the present day southeast, south, except Ogoni and Edo. Okay. Now, what this confederacy is all about is this: you have Ibibio, you have Anan, you have Igbos, you have Efik, right? Now, these groups are subsets of a larger community they call Igbo, So, but what happens is this. Let me explain. They're all part of Aro Confederacy. They have the same culture. They have, and the reason why I'm talking about ethnicity. Okay, let's understand.
Now you are talking,
let me finish. Let me
now
finish.
you are talking about the Kanu. They have the same culture. Tell
No,
us the culture
no. Let me finish. The reason why we are talking about ethnicity is this.
Okay.
Ethnicity has four criteria, 4 values that defines it.
Please hold on.
Four
Stop
values.
what is not existing.
Let me finish. Can I explain this to you, please? It's important that we understand this important thing. One, the difference between ethnicity and nation, and the difference between multi-ethnic and multicultural. Okay? These are the problems we do not understand. These are the things we do not understand. A country can be a one nation ethnic group. A country can also be a multi-ethnic nation. Okay?
Chris,
now,
leave people land for them.
I'm trying to explain to you something you do not understand.
No. I know what you're talking about, Mr. KJ. The only way Nigeria, if you want to break up Nigeria the way people are insinuating, let the minority in the north go.
Yes, that is why. Let the south. Let me tell you. Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB say we want referendum. Where everybody will decide where they want to be.
No.
That is the best way to go about solving the problem.
Before you carry out a referendum in a place, there should be necessary and sufficient condition. If I never dated a woman and the woman gave birth, she cannot accuse me of the father of the child. I should come and do DNA. Why will I do DNA if I don't know you? So you cannot, before you carry a referendum, there should be not necessary and sufficient condition. What are the necessary and sufficient conditions for South people to do a referendum with and form a country with the Igbos? Tell me.
Okay, this is what
not necessarily forming a country. Not necessarily forming a country, but deciding where they come from. Deciding where they come from.
I don't want anybody to come.
Hello, everybody. Hold on.
Want to say something.
Hold on. Let's hear. Stay humble. Then I come to Tony.
Okay. Yeah. So I just think that the direction this gentleman is going is the direction that people that argued with me in year 1 in 2010, the direction they went. And between 2010 and now is a good 15 years plus. And if I talk to them today, their perception has changed. So I don't think we should be having this conversation. It's blunts my brain. As in, how could we be talking about South? Is this one South? Don't you read? This forum should be for readers, not some kind of lay conversation. Come on, people.
So what's your point?
I started becoming a regular, here. I listened to people speak here for more than 2 years. And the conversation was very, very intellectual. It was very, very edifying. And people that watch this forum, they expect us to take it to another level. When we are talking about Nigeria, and then people are talking about this is Southeast, this, what is Biafra? Have you not read your books, even books written by your
what's your point now?
Excuse me, even books written by people from your ethnic group, people like the Leogu. If you are not comfortable with reading any other book, you can read his book. At least.
No, you tell us what's your point.
And this is my turn to speak. So if you give me
okay, stay humble, speak now. You have your turn now. Hold on, Ewa, let him speak. I shut everybody down before you can speak. Let him also speak.
So you mentioned that there are the countries that you know that broke up, that they are in shambles. So now, I now begin to ask myself, what are those countries that you know that broke up? And you mentioned North Sudan and South Sudan. You did not talk about Yugoslavia, which everybody knows. Yugoslavia broke up into 6: Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Croatia, Slovenia, and North Macedonia, and they're all doing well. Korea, they were together, and North Korea, I think they were oppressing South Korea. South Korea broke away from North Korea with the help of America, and South Korea, they are doing excellently today. So there are many countries that broke up that they are doing very well. So don't be quick to point to South Sudan. We are not South Sudanese. The
So
Igbo
our
or
argument, we're
Ibibio.
talking of the
Excuse
Biafra.
me.
Why don't you comment on that?
Sorry?
The Biafra, the South South, and the Southeast. Why don't you comment on that? I thought
The
that
Igbos, the Ibibios, the Efiks, the Jaws, they are not South Sudanese. So a lot is not.
So
So
your argument is for them to come
coming
together.
to, so my question to you now is, was Asaba part of Western Nigeria?
That's what I'm telling
So
you
that's my
now. You
question,
don't want
yes
to
or no?
listen.
Was
It was
Asaba
no,
part
it
of
was
Western
east.
Nigeria?
That's what that said it's a British construct.
Sorry.
That is what
just
you
answer
guys
this
don't want to
question.
accept.
Was Asaba part of Western Nigeria?
Asaba was part of old Eastern Nigeria.
No. What?
Sorry, Western
How
Nigeria.
can you say that?
See,
it used to be
why
Western
I said that
Nigeria.
is
Hold on. It used to
this
be
is totally
Western.
invalid.
Yes, Midwest
But
was
during
created from
Biafra,
Western Nigeria.
Yeah, you are right, Mr. Tony. During the Biafra, it was called part of the Biafra. That's what I want.
No, it was Midwest. It was Midwest Republic.
So Ojukwu did not invade Benin. Mr. Tony, what are you talking about? Why did he invade Benin?
Listen. Biafra took over Midwest. Went to came to Western region. But it did not. Hold on. You have to quote the history correctly. Hold on.
Okay.
When they took over Midwest, it was called Midwest Republic, and they put an administrator, Major Okonkwo, to administer the place. It was not part of Biafra.
So,
but what was the intention of Ojukwu if he had succeeded?
You said that.
Do you think
Biafra was Eastern Nigeria?
Hello, guys. Let me say something. We are rather rewriting the history here. If you read
can I say something?
Hold on. Tony, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
Hold on, AY. Sorry, KJ, this is the greed. I'm just addressing the greed of Nigeria. You want not to be part of some certain region. You want to, by force, push a region that is not yours into a...
Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Have the people of Asaba told they're not part of the Southeast?
Asaba, listen. Any Igbo you see in the South region, they are not indigenous to those lands. You have Igbo in Edo. You have Igbo.
Why are you saying that?
That is
they are
indigenous
to where?
That is a fact.
I think this guy is just beginning to
hold on.
I know this argument. Stay humble.
Hello, guys. We have an Asaba person here. Hold on, AY. Tony is from Delta State. Tony, I want to ask you, are you your parents, your great-grandparents are not indigenous to where you come from?
What do you mean? Can you clarify that for me? The question.
You might get from where to go to stay where you are now.
Well, you are asking me something that is. We have 3 main streams of migration to the place that became Asaba. Generally, Asaba as a town trace their origin to Ida. Gala.
Okay.
But there was also
Tony, hold on. Ida people are made up of who?
You said?
Who? Either people, either made up of who?
If you go and study the beginnings
Hold on
of hold
if
on
you
now,
want to
wait now.
learn, you
There's a book on the beginnings of Igbo civilization. You know, you are going to a very complex thing. You will look at migrations. There were migrations, first of all, from the Inri area towards Igala, and then there was migration back to Igbo land in Soka areas and so on and so forth. So, and then there was also people who were running away for some, disputes from Benin. And then they also moved down towards the Anyoma area. So it's a mix, is a potpourri of
okay. Why I asked that question? Why I said that? Yes, Oti, go ahead.
Let me ask him this. Put this question to him this way. So, who would you consider to be an indigenous of Asaba, Tony? Yes, who is an indigenous of Asaba?
If Mr. Oti just said
if you have been to Asaba, you will know that the major road in Asaba is called Nebisi.
What is called what?
Nebisi Road.
Which language is that?
The traditional founder of Asaba is called Nebisi, and he has a history.
So the question,
his father was an Igala man. His mother was from Nteje.
Okay, but you as an Igbo man, okay? You as an Igbo man living in Asaba.
I've answered your question now. What are you asking me? I've answered your question.
Hold on, guys.
For clarifying this. This is a no.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Will you leave us alone now?
hold on, guys.
There is something I want to correct, KJ. We are moving away from.
Hold on.
You know, history of the area of Igbo land and Igala land and even Edo is a little bit complicated because there were migrations and cross migrations. So if you look at the various aspects of the trends of migrations in those areas, some of them caused by war, some of them caused by chieftaincy disputes, some of them caused by just conquest and all that. You see that there's a mixed bag.
Okay.
In Asaba, you have those who. In Asaba, you have those.
All I wanted to let you know.
I'm surprised KJ is not aware of all
I wanted to let you know.
The question really is who?
But what I wanted to say, there's something that Kulata posted here, and he was talking about. I think it's a historical fallacy. I'm trying to find it. He was talking about Ramayan sending. What was it? I'm trying to capture it.
And Robodion, I don't know what, to Benin to go and establish this. All that story.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that history from. Look, that is I don't know what account of history is reading. And then there is something that Chris said. He said that the whole South used to be under Aro Confederacy. Again, that is I don't know where he got that from. That's not true.
It was trade that was divided.
Okay, so we are not gonna hold on, guys. We're not gonna hold on. Even though that's not what we're discussing, AY have come to move us from that point. If I knew that, hold on, AY now. If I knew that was what you wanted to bring in, I had a video. Somehow somebody sent me a video of a particular Igbo speaking people in Kogi State just this week.
People in Edo, there are Igbo speaking people.
Hold on now. And those people are indigenous to those places. The whole of Olama Borough local government, the majority of them are Igbos. They have like 2 or 3 local governments in Kogi State that are only Igbo speaking. They bear the same Igbo names and all that. They will speak their own story. But however, I want to put it to you, AY. Igbos are not looking for people to accompany them to Biafra. Get it straight. You keep saying that, and I'm now having to move from my moderator role to a participant, which I don't want. But we're not looking for people to follow us. We are more than enough.
I was just here to correct the wrong.
No. Biafra or Igbo nation. So just.
All right. So now AY have come to agree that it is good for people to go their way.
KJ, 30 seconds. If Igbo, they want to move out of Nigeria today, I go support them. but don't cut anybody land. Me, I will support it. I will support
What is your
Yoruba
land?
to
What
move.
is your,
Stop
what is your,
that.
what is your
Stop.
land?
Stop
The
that.
land that
AY.
does not
Come on.
any
Stop
land
that. AY.
that
AY.
It
Stop
causes.
can't,
that.
it can't be, it can't be serious.
Stop that. What's the?
So you
Hold
see,
on.
Mr.
Hold on.
Oti, Mr. Oti, I don't
Oti,
know.
hold
You're
on.
also part
Hold
of
on.
it.
Oti,
Come,
hold on. AY,
Mr.
hold on.
Oti.
What was the reason for the division, for the creation of states in Nigeria? What was the reason for the creation of that
It
state in
doesn't
Nigeria?
matter, but what I was telling you.
Which one? It doesn't matter now. I'm asking you. Say,
Okay, let
what
me
was the
tell you.
reason?
Let me tell you.
So
What I was
what is
telling
the
is
boundary of Igbo land? What is the boundary? Igbo land. What is the boundary?
The old Eastern region was a British construct.
So where is the boundary of Igbo land?
Hold on, Mr. Oti. The old
Tell us where the
Eastern
boundary is
region
then.
that make up majority of Biafra, the old Biafra, was a British construct. I am saying, if you are saying Nigeria is a British
So
construct, the
where is
north
the
and the
boundary of
south,
Igbo land?
you also losing up the old Eastern region and let people that are non-Igbo go. You let the middle belt that are non-Hausa Fulani go to a different country. If you want to create Nigeria for peace to reign, this is the best way. The minority are able. See. Here, let me tell you the reason why I'm fighting this.
Okay.
Historically, sorry, KJ, say I need to say this. Historically, even when the Edo Delta were part of the Yoruba, part of the agitation was they were not well treated. So majority group in Nigeria will never treat minority well. That is why you see crisis in the middle belt, the Hausa Fulani, you see the East. The Igbo, the Yoruba, the Hausa Fulani, they are big enough. They are more approximately 50 million each. Why do you need more
how
people?
would you draw? How will you draw the Igbo, the boundary of Igbo land?
The
How?
boundary of
Where?
Igbo is the 5 Igbo states.
Oh,
Not
really?
more. Yes, absolutely.
How did the state come about? How did the
Okay,
state
all
come
right.
about?
You see, all of
You
them.
allow this guy.
Gentlemen, because I'm running out
Okay,
of
you
time.
guys should
Hold
educate
on,
me the
guys.
boundary.
It's really
AY,
annoying.
need to know the boundary.
you
Like
don't
very
do.
brilliant
Your confusion,
conversation.
this is
You
don't do
just
us. You don't
descend
do.
to
You don't
primary
do.
school level.
You don't
KJ,
do.
please.
You don't do.
I'm
I want to
leaving
hear
this
from new people.
place.
I beg, let's move on.
Sorry.
Don't do. Don't do.
KJ, please, before AY go, I want to say 30 seconds if you can.
Okay, if you give me, okay, take 30 seconds. Take 30 seconds.
My brother AY, you wrote in the comment section that I've joined the propaganda machine and the group. I didn't know where you get that, but I think that if you listen to what I said concerning the woman, in particular, what happened to that woman, I wasn't playing a card of propaganda. I wasn't playing a card of tribal. But I don't know, sometimes we say freedom of expression. People can say whatever they want. But I think that you are in the comment section, you are writing whatever you want to write. Tony challenged you the other time. He said you are playing, you are joking. But
No.
all the same.
So
All
I
the
did
same.
not even watch the video of the lady. I told Mr.
But you wrote something. You said that.
The
You
reason
said
why,
I
let
have
me tell
joined
you
the
why I wrote
propaganda group.
something. Let me
You
tell
said
you
that
why I wrote
I've joined the propaganda
Ask
group.
me
That's
why
what
I
you
said
wrote.
it. Ask me
I
why I
don't
said
need to ask you why because I already know why
then
you
you are
said
not
that.
willing to discuss. The reason why I wrote that, you said the northern Muslim, they put beer in their kettle. Why will you make that a viral statement that is not correct?
What is not correct?
Come on, man. Stop.
What is not correct?
Nonsense. It's not correct. That's propaganda.
Okay, I'm speaking nonsense, right?
I don't mean to disrespect you, but
AY,
that's not
okay,
correct.
AY,
Sorry.
okay,
Sorry, Mr.
Ike, hold on. Tomorrow, the snow is not going to go away. So we'll plan a broadcast for tomorrow.
I'm here.
And
I will come.
some of these things will be discussed. You
I want
prepare and
Mr.
come.
Tony to be here. As long as I have somebody to fact check all of you. I want Mr. Tony. I don't mind paying Mr. Tony to be here.
No,
you're a troublemaker.
So fact check
what
you
you're doing
people.
now is you are just playing politics. But let's hear
No,
from
I'm
Ngo.
not.
Ngo, you're
I'm
welcome.
not. I'm not.
Ngo, you're welcome. Let's hear from you. You're muted. You're muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes. Who are you?
Okay. I was just listening to your conversation, contributing on the chat, and I was enjoying your discussion. But when Tony started speaking, I felt, oh, I needed to come up. He was saying a few things that some of the stories that I heard as a child, and I wanted to corroborate some of the things he said. but at the same time dispel some of the things that AY was saying. I quite enjoy the discussion, the content from Chima, from AY with regards to people living in any part of Nigeria, living freely and going about their business without any sort of persecution or necessary um, attack. I think my reason of coming up is just to speak about the facts are that there are Igbo speaking communities in Kogi State, around Igalamela, Odolu, and some parts of Oloma Borough. And that's a fact. And my feeling generally is, and just to corroborate what Tony has said, is that when you look at the cultural, the way of life, the names, the language, I think there has been a lot of migration from that place you call Igala land towards the Igbo land, towards areas like Delta, and then back. And there's been a lot of mixture. I will say this, like, my dad is from Oloma Borough, and my grandmom speaks fluent Igbo. Like, before she died, she speaks fluent Igbo. Her, I've got uncles that have Igbo names, from AGK to a lot of um, other names. My grandmom's name was Ikani. So there's a lot of mixtures there in terms of that. So it's not new that there are that back and forth. But for a fact, there are people in Igalamela or the local government that are primarily Igbos that are from that place and they are indigenous of Kogi State and that land belongs to them. There is no doubt about that. So I think it's just to dispel that argument from AY. And even in Benue State, there are Igbo speaking communities that are indigenous to Benue State. They are not migrants. They live there. That's where, yeah, that is indigenous to them, and that's their villages. Um, just to add to the contribution with regards to Biafra or Dudua, all those kind of, I think the way me I see Nigeria today, I think we've had too many issues with regards to our our identity, and we've struggled to form a cohesive country. We are just like Chinua Achebe says, a mere geographical expression. And I think that unity to work our differences and deal with real issues apart from all these ethnicity and religion has been a challenge. And I think it's time we begin to think of a different model. If it is complete break balkanization of the country, I don't see anything wrong with it. If there is a way to regionalize and give people independent states, then why not? Because with so many things I've seen these days, I just don't have hope. I'll say one thing just before I pass the mic. Yesterday, I was listening to the minister of, is it tourism or culture? I don't know, one of Tinubu's ministers with that in a conversation with Sheung
Is it a
from
lady?
Shadows.
Is it a lady?
Yes, the lady.
Anatu
The
Musawa.
Minister of Arts.
Anna
Anatu
Tourism and Arts.
Musawa.
Musawa, and she said something that really struck me. And I think it's not good for national spirit. She said that anytime power rotates to the north, that wherever, whether it's a president or a vice president, somebody from, um, it has to be a,
Hausa Fulani Kanuri.
it has to be a Muslim, Hausa, Fulani, or Kanuri. And I was like, what point are you trying to make? Are you trying to say that those people that are Muslims that are not any of those three tribes, or those people that are Christians that are either Hausa, Fulani, or Kanuri, or Christians that are minority tribes, do not have a chance at all? And that kind of tells me that your idea of a country is for everybody to be a second class citizen, and it doesn't go well to my egalitarian spirit, the ability that people can rise from wherever they are to be whatever they can be. This is like trying to put a ceiling on what people can be, regardless of their potential. And it really struck me. And I've not been able to grow past that. And that's a serious, serious, serious statement coming from a minister in our own country. It's really shocking. So I just wanted to say that. So that's my submission. Thanks, KJ.
Okay,
It's
thank
okay.
you so much. Thank you so much. You know, there's so many things I don't want to respond to what you're saying because there are many things you said, which is always that comes to the fore whenever we want to discuss national issues, and that's why when people come and say we don't know, we in Nigeria is not, we can, the issues. The issues are looking at you. You refuse to discuss the issues. Every day they tell you in the media, the northern elders got up and said the issue of the issue of Nigeria is sacrosanct. They will not agree to that. The same issue, people tell you that except so and so and so must be done. Every time they give condition to the rest of us. And so, in other words, the question be, are we under a particular, are we under them? We're not citizens. And then somebody tells you Nigeria is working and nothing wrong with Nigeria, but these things are there and they are looking at all our faces. But I don't want to, like I said, if we begin to look at it, we will go very far beyond the scope of what we set out to do today. NDBC, let us hear from you so that you will be the last commentator for today. We will now just take one or two questions and then we'll round up.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen, and Happy New Year. I think I've not showed up here this year. I would like to get some clarifications. Are we talking about the issue concerning whether Nigeria should back up or things that we need to discuss to keep Nigeria one? Or are we addressing other different ethnic group issues? So I'll know what to
Talking about
get to.
AY that came to spin it to that direction. We are discussing totally different thing. Young lady, who had a farm somewhere in the west. Her farm was vandalized the sixth time, and she was now making a video for which we use as our starting discussion.
Okay.
Saying that this kind of thing shouldn't happen, but a certain individual said it is time for the people of the lady's tribe, she's Igbo, that they should move out of that and go to their land. That is a sign to say they are no longer needed in that direction. Why are they still hanging in those places? They should go back to the east. Now, if we need to move back to the east, why then do we need a one Nigeria? We should equally end it and let everybody go. If that's what they are thinking about. And I said in my opening that when we are going, the oil that is in Lagos, the headquarters in Lagos, will equally go back to the south where it belongs. Okay, so we're not going to leave the oil there. The banks that are owned by people from the south, we take off their headquarters also. The ports that are in Lagos now that is servicing, we will equally move our ports back to the east. So let's not look as if there's one economy running in Lagos that is giving money. We know what's giving money in Lagos. It is those things, and if Uzodinma is able to even drag those companies back to Imo State, you will see the change in Imo State in the next. So we know what is bringing money to Lagos. Okay, if those businesses leave during the December time, the Igbos left Lagos. We can go. The videos are out there in the internet. You go and look at it, how Lagos was. The whole place was deserted. So whether they think it or not, the day when that is Enyimba go leave the Lagos and move to Enyimba. You go hard.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I want
Okay, let me speak on this.
Hold on. AY, can you hear me? If you can hear me, AY, I begin to plan your money. I will let my cousins in Umuahia get a piece of land for you because very soon that will be a destination.
Me, I'm married from the east, so I need the land as well. They are my in-laws. Let me let you know now. So
they are married from the east. They are your in-law.
I'm a full-blooded Nigerian. Trust me. So don't worry. I will shock you.
Okay, so I just want to know that very soon, when you are booking your flight, it will be to Umuahia you're booking your flight to, because when Alex is 8 years there, people will not be able to recognize the southeast.
I'm in support of any governor that is working for his people.
All right.
I will put my money in there.
Okay. let
Thank
me
you.
let me take it from this angle. We have very clear problem in the country. This ethnicity and religious biases. And then we all sometimes, many of us fall into this trap that some politicians have set for us, using it to divide us. We should be thinking of ways to identify or solve the problem since we've identified it. That's why some of us, like me, I don't feel that going to election is a solution. When a system is not working, even in a family, when things are going wrong, the family members call for a meeting and try to identify the problem and sort it out so that the family will not be fractionalized. Maybe the family is now like 3 or 4 generations, grandfather, father, children, and maybe great grandchildren. Everybody just go their ways. You see one brother is not talking to the other brother because of issues that were unable to be solved or ignored, and say, oh, it will take care of itself. That is the problem we have in Nigeria now. Things are not working well, and everybody knows it, but we fail to identify those problems. And from generation onto generation, some people who want to be sending some bad signals to their ethnic group people who don't understand what is really going on have pitched them against people who ordinarily didn't do anything to them, who ordinarily live peacefully with them. But now they are all quarreling or saying that this person is bad because one so-called elite from their place say this person is bad without no reason. So Nigeria needs to halt it. We need to sit down like South Africa did when Mandela came out of prison. And they sat down and said, this apartheid constitution is not working for us. We, majority blacks, we don't want to ask you whites to leave our country. No. But let us sit down and fashion out a new constitution that will benefit everybody so that we all live in peace. And it takes men of dignity, men who want to sacrifice for the benefit, for the future of their country to do that. But I don't see that in all these politicians who are running around, particularly the man in power. The man in power was one of those who was called a Democrat, who was championing restructuring or true federalism. He has gotten into the system now. He has seen the milk and honey and sugar. He got rid of it for his own selfish end. That is what we see. And the country is bleeding from all angles, bleeding everywhere. If not for another thing, this severe insecurity that has trapped us across the land should be a major reason why we should sit down and fashion out how to unite this country. Me, I'm against division. I want us to be one because countries that are big and are doing well are being respected the world over. No country talks to them anyhow or threatens them. But you have to have a strong economy and a strong security to have that influence in the world. And we are capable of having that. We have very influential and very technologically driven people across the world, well-enlightened people who, if the country is working, they're ready to contribute their quota, even without asking for any pay, to see that Nigeria works, all for the benefit of our children. If these people who are in power, if they are thinking of the future generation, what Nigeria will be even in the next, not even 10, in the next half a decade, they should be working towards, say, let us halt this thing. Let us sit down and fashion out a better way of running our country. Let everybody come and put their thoughts on the table, how the country should be saved. Nobody should have any fear. So that we all find a way of halting this bleeding. Our people in the rural areas cannot sleep. It is happening in the rural area more now. I know kidnapping happens in the city, maybe on the highways, but with the way things are going, it won't take time. You see those things happening in the rural area, even in the cities, because everything has collapsed. Every day we hear kidnapping and all that. This can be stopped if we come to the table and sit down and say, okay, how do we manage this thing now? Maybe we'll say there's need for all this call of state police or regional vigilantes or police. Let them handle security in their areas. Why the federal government or the federal police or military supervises them? There are things that can be done where the way other countries are doing it. How can we every day we hear 120 people killed, 200 kidnapped, taken into one forest, lined up on a straight road, and there's no police, no army to go after them? Oh, we are all just joking. These are our people who are in charge. I don't know what their interest is. Is it only to make money for themselves and stash so much abroad so that when the country collapses, they will jump into their jet and fly and live in that country? How long will they live in that country and feel as if they are independent? Because one day they will feel like home they should come back home. Where's the home that we are going to come back to? So I believe that all of us here and others who are listening and who want the country to survive too should be thinking in that direction. This way of rolling every 4 years, we renew this atrocious constitution that has led us to where we are now, this edge to calamity. The country should halt it and sit down. It won't cost us anything. A transition government can be set up that will be running the government. Why the people who the people themselves selected will come to the table and discuss on how to move the country forward. Nothing will be out of discussion. Everything will be there, but all to move the country forward. But I don't know, they will not accept it. Some people have proposed it. I've had some people propose it, but the man there is not willing. All he's thinking is to gather all politicians by crook or means into his party and feel that at the end of the day, next year, he will do his usual magic with INEC, the judiciary, and of course, security forces behind him and continue. In what way? The killings will still continue. Nothing will happen. They will not stop it. It's a problem. So that's my own concern. We need to halt it now. And this can be done within 6 months. Sit down and fashion out a proper way for us to move forward so we can secure our boundaries and our borders. The country is so porous, we don't even know these will come into the country. Many of them are not Nigerians. These people who are doing these killings, they are not because our people in the last 20 years, maybe in the late 90s into the early 2000s, the country was not as porous as this. But we see people now who kill at abandon without looking back. They will murder the child in the belly. They will murder infants, the newborn. They will murder elderly ones. And yet we have a government. They don't care about it. What they're thinking of is how to stay in power. What do they want to gain in staying in power? For what? When your people are dying. What is the primary purpose of government? Is it not welfare and security of the people? So let me stop here so far. Sorry if I talk too much.
Okay, thank you so much. No, it's okay. Yes. All right. That his contribution will bring us to rounding up. We'll have only 3 minutes to round up this show. So I will start from AY. So he will not accuse me of cutting him off. AY, you have 2 minutes to give us your final comment.
Yeah. KJ, you did well today, but I want you to drop that idea of there is something like South. That's the only thing I'm gonna. We need to, if we want to separate those that are calling for separation, we have to separate with justice, with peace, so that we will be good neighbors to each other. That's what I want. I'm for one Nigeria, just like Udubisi said. Yeah, but I'm also pro-regionalized Nigeria. I feel that's what will be better for Nigeria at this point. So that
let me ask, just put your leg a bit. Are you for one Nigeria now because IPOB has defeated people in DC for what they accomplished with $6,000?
I'm always for one Nigeria.
You couldn't hold on, sir. Let me talk. I'm asking a question. Are you for one Nigeria now because IPOB with $6,000 was able to accomplish what people cannot accomplish with $9 million? Is that why you're now for one Nigeria?
Okay, I will answer you. So I've always been pro one Nigeria. I don't even hide it. But what I want justice, just like everybody is calling for justice. I want, especially the common people in Nigeria, no matter irrespective, I want people to live like normal human beings, to live a good life. I don't even worry about those bourgeoisie. I don't let anybody divide me across ethnic line. So that's why I said any governor that is doing well, you are working for the people. It's not that I will benefit. Trust me, I will praise you. I will hold you to a very high esteem. I want people to live in peace. you know. But when it comes to the division of Nigeria, if they choose they want to divide Nigeria, my strong position and my strong belief is let the minority have their country. Minority cannot be joined with any three major groups because it's going to be bully as usual. So no, but we don't want that. I want the South to have their country. I want the Middle Belt to have their country. That's the only thing I will canvas for when it get to that point. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Whether
Thank
you
you
like
so
it or not, you remain minority forever. You, AY, and your
All
people,
right.
minority forever.
Thank you. Yes, NVC.
No, I was trying to respond to Kenneth. Please, we don't want minority. Me, I don't believe in this minority majority. Let us all be one.
No,
And have
AY
justice.
brought it up now. I
I
wasn't the one
understand
that
that
brought
Kenneth.
it up.
Please,
AY brought it up.
The new Nigeria we are talking about is where justice and equity reigns for everybody.
Yeah, he referred to himself as minority, see? So I was helping him.
Okay. All right. Can I?
Yes. Mr. KJ, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
It's been a long time. I hope
I know.
we didn't push you from here.
No, I went to the zoo. I went to the zoo again, and I met with some wild animals.
And you were not kidnapped.
Yeah. No, they can't kidnap me now. See, you know. But the thing is, I just got back, and I have some stories to tell. But I think it's late already. You're about closing, so maybe I will leave it for next week.
Yes.
But actually,
we will see if we can put up a production, a broadcast tomorrow because the snow has not been in. So
that will be better.
Okay.
Yeah, actually come up to profile solutions, you know, to some of you guys is too many problems in Nigeria. I don't know why you keep wasting your time all the time trying to make Nigeria work. A country that is clearly obvious that is not going to work. If you like, I don't want to use sometimes, but no matter what you do, Nigeria is not going to work. Nigeria is like a dead horse. Do you understand? The only thing that you should be calling for right now is a total disintegration of Nigeria. Like AY now rightly stated that he will support any group that wants to go, but the minorities, and I know he was referring to his people because his people cannot even be categorized to any of these, tribal groups. AY, for example, now cannot say that he's Hausa, no Yoruba, no Igbo. When you want to classify AY now, we want to classify Nigeria. AY and his people are classless. They don't have class. Do you understand? You can't classify them to any of these groups. But what I'm saying is
you let us go, let us have
yeah.
peace.
You can go when you don't have a class. You have a class first, then we know where to apportion you. You know. But the thing is, the only solution to Nigeria's problem is total disintegration. There is no love among us. Anybody that comes up here to preach love is fake. You are just preaching fake love. There will never be justice, right? Or there will never be peace when there is no justice. There will never be genuine love when there is no justice. And the justice still remains that some people are being marginalized, some people are being subjugated, some people are being suppressed. And for most of these Nigerians, it is okay, provided these people are being subjugated. But when these people say, no, we are tired of being pressed, we are tired of being subjugated, they say, oh, no, you don't say that. You have to be patriotic. Patriotic to what?
What is the underlying cause? Do you have an idea? What is the underlying cause?
Underlying cause, their parents failed them, right?
No. I mean Nigeria. You know, all the problems you've described.
Exactly. Their parents are part of Nigeria, right? So their parents failed them. Their parents refuse to teach them what genuine love is. Rather, their parents brought them up with hatred and biases against some certain group of people, right? I don't want to be mentioning them here. That is the problem.
Tribalism, what is it?
Tribalism, one.
Ethnicity, right?
Yeah. Tribalism, one. Bigotry, religious bigotry, tribal bigotry.
Okay. I'm just
religious bigotry, tribal bigotry. And you have a lot of so-called leaders that don't know what leadership is. I don't know who was on the comment section attacking me. I was on my own. And the person say, oh, you were not born when I had the first degree. What my business with your first degree? Were you born when I have my own? Or when I had my own? You're not born either. Do you understand? I don't know you, you don't know me. But what I'm saying in essence is some of these people come up and say, oh, I'm a professor, like one from Ebony State. One from Ebony State that say he's engineer. I'm a professional engineer. Engineer that does not know how to even make simple measurement with ruler, with a tape. Do you understand? Some of these people, they went to school, they bagged their degrees, but they don't know nothing about what they went to school for. And these are the same people that will come and be trying to threaten you with degree. What's my business with your degree? Do you know how many degrees I have? Everybody with his own problem. But the fact is, for you to bring lasting solution to Nigeria's problem is the only thing that you have to do is to divide Nigeria. Like, for example, now, Hausas should go. When Hausas go, Fulanis will be minorities among Hausas. And I pray that Hausas should be able to squeeze Fulani. And then you have Yorubas who go. Yorubas go, I don't know who will be, Yorubas are, I don't know. But I don't know who will suffer under them. Then the Igbos, the Igbos will go, right? The Igbos, thank God that we are all brothers. When you have the Ibibio, you have the Efik, you have the Igbos, we are all brothers. We are all siblings, right? We've been living together before these satanists that call themselves Nigerians came to destroy us. We've been living together. But thank God, a lot of us are waking up today that we're beginning to realize that we are one and same from the same. So we'll go. If you don't want to go, that is fine. If you don't want to go with us, that is okay. You can remain wherever you want to remain. That's no problem. We are not asking, begging you to go with us. But what I'm saying in essence is let's stop pretending that Nigeria is going to work. Nigeria is not working. Nigeria will not work. These criminals will go borrow money for their own private personal use. And at the end of the day, we'll be paying. Just within 4 days now, I've received 3,500 naira or more for, they call it federal government stamp duty. Within 4 days, I've received 3,500 deduction, federal government stamp duty. That is 7,000 plus, right? Within a week. Now calculate how many Nigerians they've stolen this money from. And we are funding their lifestyle. We are funding their criminality because they will keep borrowing money and then be stealing from the people to pay off what they borrowed. And this is the cycle that you think you and I can break. You're just wasting your time. You have strong gangsters, strong criminals that have held that country to ransom, and you think you can break them. You're just wasting your time. The only thing that you must do is to join forces with the wise people from the East to break that country so that everybody will go his separate way.
Okay, thank you so much. The program was over, but because I've not seen you, we decided to give you opportunity to say
Thank you.
great
Thank you for the
brethren,
honor.
especially your friend AY who is here.
Thank
So, all right, CM.
With that dry fish.
Offerman, dry fish, Oporoko, Odala, a lot.
Well,
I'm surprised Trump allow you in. I'm surprised Trump allow you back into America.
No, we run the country. I don't know. Don't talk anyhow. We'll deport you right away.
Ekene is ICE, so AY, be careful. Ekene is your ICE member.
Okay, CM.
Okay, KJ, thank you very much. Am I coming out clearly? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
I was sleeping before I woke up. Okay,
yes, sir.
Thank you. Well, the thing is in the light of Trump's intervention in Nigeria, it will be foolhardy for people to be talking of one Nigeria. That's just one thing. There's really no point. I know people can delude themselves into believing that Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. It's up to them, but I don't know why some people should be afraid to be on their own. You see, one thing I've noticed on this channel is this. I think I've made it known to Rudolph. This is where they falsify everything and load it against Igbo. On this channel, everything, every narrative in Nigeria, they falsify. People will come with different types of narrative. If you say there is an Igbo man in Opanam called Chukwumanzogu, they say he's Igbo. On 15th January 1966, he's Igbo. Do everything you want with him. But on 26th January 2026, people will say, ah, no, that side, be Igbo. They migrated. They just fly to come and live there. So if they want, all those type of insults, insulting in the Igbo for nothing. And you ask such person, where do you come from? Why not be proud of your own ethnic group? Probably his own ethnic group is not the total landmass might not be more than 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. And they will come here and be spewing rubbish. Usually midnight. They come here and be talking nonsense. So there's no need talking down on the Igbo. The world had us. We're on their way out. Ndi Igbo footprint for those whose brains must have calcified, or those that feel that they can come in the midnight session and then come and be changing history, reading out rubbish. Ndi Igbo spans 13 states, not because we wanted. It's because of the fact that after the war, how do we curtail these people? There are books on it, but surprisingly, you see people that cannot even read. So they conjure anything and come up. Ndi Igbo, anywhere you see Igbo speaking in Cross River is indigenous. The Biafra we want to get now is only Igbo speaking. We don't want any other language. We don't want lingua franca of English. It should be Igbo. It will start from Benue State, southern Benue, cut into Kogi State. These are where indigenous Igbos are. Cut into Cross River, some part of Akwa Ibom. When you get to River State, it's only you remove Ogoni land and the areas that are Ijo. The rest are Ndi Igbo. You get to Bayelsa. So there's no amount of midnight drama that can change that. Ose Wenike area of Bayelsa, that is Igbo. Then you come to Delta. The whole 9 local government of Anioma are Igbo. You go to Edo, Ibanke is there. Those areas, we all know this, and that is the Igbo that we want to be. So anybody, that's why sometimes I don't waste time. I think I will be taking rebuttals, or maybe something like debating anybody. I won't debate anybody, as a matter of fact, who cannot tell me the footprint of his tribe. And if it is below 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer, I won't listen to the person because it's inconsequential. It's as simple as that. The people will just come here, a civilization like Ndi Igbo. Anybody will just come and just midnight and start to put up drama. You know Igbo history. Are you Igbo? You don't know. Forget about people that we say they marry Igbo. It's juju they are using on our women. We know. Because a typical Igbo lady, as beautiful as they are, being sought after, they can't marry anybody who is not Igbo. You feed the person, maintain where is the money? But they will use juju, voodoo, to confuse them. By the time they give birth to 2, 3, 4 kids, after 10 years, it will clear. We know these things. They don't think we don't know. After all, why should how many Igbo are going to marry from our others? We are not interested. We want to marry our own. So if really you love your people, why not marry from your people? You can't see an Igbo man coming to talk. He say, I married. We don't boast with where we marry because we know we marry our place. It's people that are not Igbo are trying to, all they do, how can I marry an Igbo girl? You approach her, she will turn you down and warn you seriously. Then you go and use Babalawo to go and know whether you buy and drink, you put one something. When she marries it, it's like you hypnotize her. The next thing, you get her pregnant. And before you know it, you don't marry him. You come here and be talking. You come on Dr. Damages and come and advertise your imbecility. I married an Igbo. As if it's a pride. That's it. To you, you are proud. I married Igbo. It's a shame. We know it's juju they are using. Don't think we are aware. They themselves, they come back to us. When the thing clear, you say, brother, to be honest, I didn't know. By then, because they've gotten what they want and they didn't know, they will tell you. So forget about people are using that just to brag. I married Igbo. I come to Dr. Damages and be talking nonsense. We know it's juju, but it will expire. And that's why that is part of the reason we want to get out. To be a country of our own, so that nobody can come and then contaminate our bloodline with what you don't know. You know, some uncircumcised people, they come here and be talking at midnight. they will tell you I married an Igbo. What does that mean? That is an insult to Ndi Igbo. Which Igbo girl will come and, with all her faculties intact, we look beyond the Igbo, the 5 states. Look at the way we celebrate. Look at the way. Can you maintain her? You just use juju. Tomorrow you want to have an inroad into Igbo affair. Then you say I'm an in-law to Ndi Igbo. I married Igbo, and then you celebrate it.
See, why are you talking like a coward? You can't even. Why are you talking like a coward? Why can't you address good issues?
Regardless, they must apply for green card. And the green card is not like express that we must give them green card. We can deny them green card, send them back, repatriate them from where they're coming from. Do you understand? We'll have agents like ICE.
Why not marry your tribe? With all the nonsense they're talking, somebody at midnight in Dr. Damage show, your Nigerian time midnight, they come and tell you I marry Igbo. They look at the way they talk, and even start to allocate themselves the right to inherit some plot of land somewhere. Imagine what you do by juju. You use juju to confuse a girl.
All right, CM. Like I said earlier to Kene,
the
had ended, but I gave you guys opportunity just to make your
grown-up idiot.
Tomorrow we will try and see. I will call Dr. Damages after this program, see if anything can be put up tomorrow. Maybe a continuation
put it at night too. You know me, I love night too. Put it at night.
Yes, the continuation of this so that we can see whether we can continue. Since Kenen is back, I've been missing Kenen, so now he has a serious story for us. I'm sure he will have some videos that he took, which will help us.
I bet a lot of videos.
Yes, from home.
You're not giving me my own last minute, no?
I will give you, sir. So thank you so much. Thank you, CM. Thank you, Kenneth, for coming. Mr. Mike, yes, your last word, it will just be 2 minutes.
Brother Kenneth, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. Gracious, sir. Now, Udodi, we have no problem. Southeast is the sweetest place to celebrate to be very safe, very lively. Unlike we don't have beggars, you know. Unlike other places where everybody has turned to a beggar, shameless beggars everywhere, kidnapping everywhere. But in Southeast,
why are you looking for trouble now? Why are you looking for trouble?
But I'm saying the truth now. I'm saying what I experienced.
Let's end this program. We are looking for trouble.
We don't beg, and we don't live in shacks. Look at the type of house. We don't live in shacks in Southeast. That's why when people say go back to your land, hey, you do this. We don't live in shacks. You don't live.
Okay.
If you see the type of we live in modern.
We leave all these things. Go to the main issue, please.
Yes. Let's leave this thing. Mr. I, go ahead.
Let's speak like adult now. KJ, please control these people to speak. Why are we talking like kids? Eh?
Yeah,
let's be like mature people now. Come on.
I mean, so for God's sake, if we want to be serious, we be serious. I mean, somebody cannot come and
go ahead now.
Punishing your credential. You hypnotize the Igbo girl, say you the marry him. That one a kidnapping.
No,
Igbo girl will marry outside.
CM,
yeah,
okay.
CM,
you don't want to say again.
There are so many.
Even me, I define one for Igbo now. Maybe I'll call CM village. Can't do that one.
All right, I think at this point in time, I want to end the program because Mr. Ike.
I want to speak, but a lot of people are speaking at the same time. So,
okay. So,
what is important?
Gentlemen,
what is important is that
let us end it here. Let us end it here. Everybody has done their best, and we have tried to keep it within the time limit that is accepted to Dr. Damage's show. But I've exceeded that by 18 minutes, and I want it to end here so that tomorrow we can be able to reschedule again and then have everybody back. Since the snow has blocked us in, please be safe. Drink a lot of tea and coffee. And don't go outside if you must not. I see that the snow is almost like 7 inches here or more. So it's not going to be easy to clear it off by tomorrow. I want to thank all of you who have been part of this program. AY is allowed 4 Igbo women. Well, I don't know how many Igbo women that will allow you to take
Hey,
that
four.
this thing.
I'm
Washington
permitted.
State.
Thank you, Colata.
This brother
Yes.
is from Washington. He's living in Washington State. He said his doors and windows are blocked. He can't go out.
Yes. So, Pastor Ike, are you talking to us? Who is living in Washington State?
I'm talking to my
KJ,
wife.
let him speak now. He has something to say before you close.
Oh no, he has moved on. No, he has moved to his wife business now. So let us close.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So thank you so much, every one of you. Ike, thank you for coming and being with us. We really appreciate your contribution every time, and your contributions can never.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at. So
AY has frozen
we can't,
KJ.
KJ, we
AY
can't hear
has
you.
frozen KJ.
No,
KJ, you are
KJ is
frozen.
my guy now. KJ is my guy.
I don't know why you this
AY has frozen KJ.
Mr.
AY,
Mr.
why you trying to
my,
seize me now?
KJ is my personal person, no problem. We can disagree, don't worry. We are KJ.
Leave them.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for everything. We appreciate all of you. Those who contributed to us, were very... Dr. Mr. One Man Went to Mo, thank you so much for your contribution to this channel. Thank you also, Oscar Blackbone. Thank you very, very much. Really, really contributed. Emmanuel Nathaniel, thank you so much. In fact, you were very, you really supported us twice. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you, we really appreciate you. Kulata, my friend, today you didn't show your face. It would have been good to have you on the show, but if you can, tomorrow we'll be here and also join us. Mr. Oscar Blastone again, thank you so much. Kulata again, thank you so much. We really appreciate all your contributions. At least the cup of coffee will not dry on our tables. And for all those who are on the keyboard, Adama, thank you for also coming in to help. And everyone who worked behind. So many to mention. Oscar Black Bones, Light, B221, Shegun O, Felix Fidel, Boom Boom Ray. Hey, my good friend, you didn't come in today. That's not so good, We like diverse opinion, we must not agree with what you say, but we can always accommodate each other. That's how life is lived. Yes, everyone who contributed, all of you who have been there, Fumi, Fumi had been a while, I've seen you. Okay, and AY, before you came to the platform, you were also there very hot. All of you make up the program. Without all of you, we cannot hold this program. So thank you for your time.
KJ, sorry.
We don't have time. We need to close it.
When an imbecile, happen to see the lapse of an Igbo woman, he will feel that he has won gold. So the best thing to ingratiate himself to Ndibo is to come in the midnight here and be ranting. What did you achieve?
Okay, I don't know what that means, but
I married an Igbo woman. You didn't marry. No Igbo woman will agree to meet you for work.
I don't know what that means. But
where is your law?
Thank you.
Which law?
CM, that's not part of our topic this evening. So let's close on a good note.
I know now.
Thank you guys so much.
You are immature though. With all your education, you are behaving like this.
Thank you.
Look at what you are writing. Look at what you are writing on the chat. Look at what you are writing on the chat. Look at what you are writing on the chat. You are not even. You are just an imbecilic bastard. Look at what you are writing on the chat. Look at what you are going to chat to be writing. Thinking I won't find out. You married an Igbo girl. Who gave you Igbo girl to marry? a Muslim to come and marry Igbo girl? Where? Who is your in-law? Who gave you to marry that
Okay, I
Igbo girl?
don't
Which Igbo
understand
girl
why
we
my
agree to you? That Igbo girl. Can you which Igbo girl? Forget about all those juju. That's why we want to get Biafra and get away. Can you look? Imagine which Igbo girl will agree to AY? Where do you come from?
Yeah, why are you fooling yourself online?
Where do you come
Leave
from?
this thing now.
Where do you come from? Be proud. Now, why not say your own? Come here. All he talks
Why
is,
are you so
I married
immature?
an Igbo girl. Get out, Joe. Just talk. You
Yeah,
see,
why are
that's
you
why
so
when you see
immature?
imbeciles like this, that is too private affair to come and bring here. You married Igbo. How can Igbo girl agree to you? Which Igbo girl? If indeed, show who is your in-law? Mention the name. Don't mind the this thing. Don't.
See how you are funny. Wallahi. You just behave like a kid. Why are you behaving like that, eh? Grow up, man.
Yeah, babe, all he talks is this. Imagine the crack married Igbo. Oh dear. And then one night.
KJ, we can't hear anything, no.
Please unmute me. Okay, yeah, I'm muted.
KJ, we can't hear you.
What are we going to do? Maybe we'll call doctor to end the show.
Oh.